And with me tonight are all my lovely players. And let's start off with the top with the one, the only, the hairiest individual in the group, Rezo.
Hello, I'm Shadow. I play Rezo Rendal, the Rougarou Wizard Thief.
And next up is the range weapon magnet, Vin.
You could say that. I'm Brian. I'm playing Vindebrand Ventenstein, the Giantkin Druid.
And next up is the somewhat sneaky individual, Indrid.
Hey everyone, I'm Dylan, and I play Indrid Cold, the swashbuckling warlock.
And next up is the somewhat loud and recently crazed Brave.
Hi, everybody. So I am AJ, and I play Rave. He is the Tabaxi, also in this world, a Shroud Valor Bard. And just as a little side note, no one mentioned it yesterday, but Spaz actually got through the entire session without confusing my name with Rezo's.
Oh, wow. Let's see if
I
that
think Brian.
happens this
I think
session.
Brian.
Brian
messed it
did,
up
but
last session.
Brian
Brian and
vested that
Spaz are two different people, so props to Spaz.
But yeah. And last but certainly not least, the small guy in the back of the group, Arlo.
Hey everyone, my name's Connor, and I am playing Arlo Thistlebrush, the Shadow Sorcerer, Lightfoot Halfling.
And with that, Brian, can you give us a recap of what happened last session? Preferably what happened to your face. Oh no, Brian.
He's frozen.
Oh no!
It's
Oh no!
It was such a perfect frozen position as well. He seemed so happy.
I'm sure.
Okay, then. Yep. Well, with that, does anybody else like to give a recap of what happened last time?
Don't all jump at once.
I know. I was gonna say. Are we gonna leaguer?
I vote Connor.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. So, last time we were in the forest. The last thing I remember, because I did not reboot my brain or look at my notes prior to this. Oh, Vin's back.
Hello.
So
recap time.
It is recap time. As Connor left off of, we were in the forest.
Hey, that's a good start. Yeah, I got it right here. Let's see. We began with the party preparing to head south out of Forest Heart. On the way, Vince sent some animal messenger pranks, and Rave began making his new marking his destructive dagger, so he knew what was what. We soon arrived at Archdruid Talvik's Grove, only to find him missing and some real destruction from inside. We did find some coded tablets that we eventually gave to someone from Rezo's tribe. After some questioning and investigation, Rave sent Doxy, I believe, a message telling her of what we found. And then we started heading a little bit further south. Soon after, Rave ate some crazy berries that sent him into a frenzy, attacking Vin just before getting wrapped up in a whole person gone awry. Vin's wild magic procced, and basically that couple of minutes seemed like what was about a couple of weeks-ish. So now traumatized, Rave will never eat a berry again.
Yeah, that was retconned. It was pretty much turned into a couple hours to almost a day.
Yeah. A long friggin' time for sure.
It was a long time regardless to be stuck in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
So sometime after Rezo got caught up in a trap, which turned out to be from one of his old friends, we tried a little bit of a prank that didn't really pan out as expected, but was still fun. And we notified this hunting party about what had happened up at Forest Heart, so they're going to end up letting the rest of the hunting parties know. Another week or so of traveling led us to discover an erupting volcano, which was obviously a big deal, but not much we could do from where we were at, so we continued heading south, only to run into something very large and very blue. And that's all we know. Or at least all I know.
Okay, I'm back to close my door real fast, but yeah. And with that, we start off with you guys pretty much getting ready to set up camp. You know, you're digging the ditch and everything like that. getting ready for the night, and you heard movement within the forest as something large began moving towards all of you, probably from all the noise you were making just setting up camp. And in the distance, you saw a large blue hand come across one of the large redwoods in the distance. As from how far away you can see it, it's a pretty large hand pushing against the tree at this point, as this large creature is pushing past it. And as that is happening, what are all you doing at this point?
Hiding.
I was
Yeah.
aiming at it with my gun, if I remember correctly.
Finn, should I make you big so that we could talk to it?
Sure, let's try it.
I will cast enlarge on Finn. And then hide.
I think I'll take the cue and try to hide.
Okay then, so the three of you roll me a stealth check, and Indrid, I guess you'll get advantage on your shot since you're pretty much getting ready to shoot at whatever's coming around at this point.
Oh wow.
15.
Even
Or
with a
low.
disadvantage.
Okay then. And with that, as all of you are pretty much moving around and trying to hide from whatever this thing is, you can see in the distance it's actually beginning to move some of the trees out of the way as it's beginning to move towards you at this point. As Indrid and Vin, you will see this in the distance moving towards you.
Oh, what on earth? Okay, no.
Well,
Oh,
don't
crap.
like that.
As you can see this, at this point, you can see this large figure in the distance pushing trees out of the way with one of its hands having, kind of moving things out of its way with one of the other hands holding something large on its back, some sort of giant elk or a possible moose dragging it behind it at this point. One of the things that you'll notice is it actually has some pretty decent clothes on, from what you can tell, and a cape made of some very large jet black feathers. But at this point, it is just slowly making its way at this point. Vin and Indrid, roll me a perception check as you're looking at this thing as it's making its way towards you.
Do we have advantage since we saw it first?
Yeah, and
Good.
yeah, I'll give you both advantage at this point since you're kind of just standing in the open at this point, hiding at this point.
11.
Or standing in the open and not hiding. 11?
3.
Hey.
Even with advantage? Holy.
Oh, wait.
Did you roll with an advantage,
5.
Brian?
I did too.
What?
I rolled a 5 and a 7.
Okay, as you just see this big creature move towards you at this point. In the distance.
Oh, Rez, I don't think this is gonna work.
I'm gonna treat it like a
Minutes.
dog. I'm just gonna stand very still.
Me too. take your cue
You're a
as
large
a giant.
giant.
You are a huge size right now. I think you're bigger than a frost troll, I hope.
They can't.
Scare it away.
I mean, until it's hostile.
Yeah.
Oh, is it heading directly towards us?
It's heading in your direction at this point. I will say
all right,
with
I'll just
your
take.
I'll say with your guys' roll, you know that it hasn't noticed you yet, though there are a cluster of trees in your guys' path at this point.
I'm just gonna walk a bit away from the party, and my first instinct was to speak in giant, so I'll do that and just say, "Oh, who goes there?"
As you do that, this large figure just stops in its place as it kind of looks around. And who's asking?
Oh, my name's Vin. How are you?
Is it speaking common or giant?
It is speaking giant.
Oh crap!
Oh,
no
okay.
idea what he's saying then.
Yep.
I mean, they're talking. That's probably good.
Yeah.
Things are going better than I'd hoped.
As you can see, this large creature at this point, from your perspective, Indrid, kind of like squinting at this point as it's looking around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep aiming at him. And if this goes south, we're gonna Minuteman this shit.
As it's looking around and it kind of like squints, it can't really see anything at this point. Naka,
do you say?
Knacker.
Do I know what that means?
No, it's you assume it's his name, possibly.
Oh, good. Knacker, well, I was just making my way south, trying to get a better look at the smoke that's in the sky down there. Something seems off.
No good. Scaring off prey. Have to go deeper into the woods.
Any luck hunting?
At this
It's
point,
got like
the-
a
Oh, you
whole
got
ass
the elk.
moose.
Yeah. Well, that's only for today.
yes and no. It's been harder than usual finding food that will suffice.
Well, I've come from the north. There's plenty of large birds up there, if that's something that tickles your fancy.
Large birds are a pain to fight.
Aye.
Out of character, and what if we fed him a horse in exchange for letting us pass by?
Last resort.
I will not say that. Irvin will not say that.
I think it's a good deal. You guys are gonna wish we did that when he starts chucking ice spears at us.
Oh, you're absolutely right, but I'm not gonna. Vin's not gonna just be. Here's a horse. Sure, she ain't gonna be Limelight. She's probably back there. Shit, what's Limelight doing right now?
Actually,
seeing their friends carted off one by one.
at this point, Indrid and Rezo, actually roll me a survival check real fast, considering you're the people that usually ride the bounce, just to see how well you tied them down while setting up camp.
Rizzo, I taught you better notes than that.
Little busy not getting stepped on.
11.
11. Let me roll something real fast. Dylan, even or odds?
Odds.
You had Limelight. So at this point, Rezo, you'll notice that the horses are losing their shit at this point, and one of the horses, the one that you were riding earlier, tether has actually become loose at this point, as it's actually trying to get away at this point of the motion of two large creatures.
Does it seem like the big blue man has noticed the horses, or
That ain't no man.
trying to be polite?
No, actually. It hasn't, from what you've noticed.
We'll attempt to calm the horse down.
And Darlo, seeing this happen, he's going to go ahead and cast darkness on the horses to do some natural blinders for them.
Thoughtful.
You know what?
That's what you do.
Yeah. Oh, very
roll
serious.
something for them at this
Works
point
with
to see.
chickens too.
I'm gonna see if it calms them down. Actually,
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, are you applying like Falcon logic to this thing?
I mean, you put blinders on a horse.
You do,
Yeah.
you do, to stop them from being spooked from like side thingies. But I don't know if the horse is just gonna go, oh,
It's dark.
it's dark.
It was
I'm
getting,
like,
it was
"You're
turning
right."
into night. The sun just went away really quick.
I will say, the one horse that was panicking and trying to get away has no clue where to go at this point anymore. So they're kind of just
Yeah.
standing still, trying to like slowly move their way around. But at this point, it would be easy enough for one of you just to walk up and grab it.
Yeah,
grab its
totally.
tether.
Approach. You should definitely approach this horse from behind,
Yeah,
You should.
quietly.
on all fours,
Mhm.
within kicking distance.
Mhm. Preferably Arlo to get range.
It would kick over Arlo though.
You probably
Kind of would, yeah.
Technically.
Good point. But yeah, Vin, at this point, you can see this large figure moving towards you at this point as he's getting closer. And the closer he gets to you, you'll notice in the spots where his eyes are, it looks like they're kind of glossed over with what seems to be a somewhat thick ice.
So, which way are you headed?
I'm just moving through the forest, seeing what I can find.
Well,
I
can tell you
don't
there's-
have much time before the frost leaves the land.
Frost seems like
Isn't it winter?
It is winter.
It is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not
he
much
wants
time.
it frosty.
He's Frosty the Snowman. He doesn't want to melt.
I was
Oh,
expecting it to be
God.
cold for some time now.
Has it been a minute? Has Vinny shrunk?
Probably.
I would like to say I have tucked myself behind the tree trunk,
Okay then.
both for cover and stability.
Either way,
I shrink. Oh shit.
I'm just trying to collect things for my nest.
Hmm.
Like what?
Talking and leave.
Oh,
The Mario sound. No, no, no.
Preferably shinies, but also food.
well, like I said, there's plenty up north there, but I've got to get going because I got to take a look at that cloud up in the sky.
Oh. I'll whisper to Reza since he's right next to me. Did he say shinies? Does that mean he has treasure on him?
Probably, but do you really want to take it from him?
I think Indrid could take it from him.
Oh, you mean the sneaky kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
that kind of sneaky card, yeah.
Maybe we'll talk after he leaves. We could follow him back.
Okay,
But
okay,
let's not do it while he knows we're here.
okay.
Well then. As he walks up to you at this point, as he's kind of like reaching out towards you and kind of like grabs like your shoulder area. You don't smell like a troll, so what are you?
Oh, I go by lots of names, but Jointkin is the preferred term of the family.
I thought giantkin were small.
Well, I've been working out.
Hold on.
Is that what?
Yes, working out and eating bones makes sense.
Right, right.
Well,
Well,
you should be careful. You smell like man.
well, spend enough time in the trees, you end up smelling like your surroundings anyways.
It kind of looks at you at this point. Are there people in the forest now?
Not that I know of. Like I said, just mainly the birds.
Okay then. Be
Oh,
careful.
time to get going.
Be careful.
And the same to you. What was his name again? I should have wrote that down.
If I'm right, Knacker.
Docker. Yeah, same to you, Dagger. Like I said, just up there that way, and kind of I'm just going to point away from the party. There's some good hunting up there. They fly, so it makes it tough, but you look like you could handle yourself.
I just hope I don't get picked up by a bird again.
Yeah, I've been there too. Not fun.
Well, good luck, Vin.
Safe travels, Dagger.
Yeah. For the rest of the group, roll your stealth checks. Wow. Knacker walks by.
Want a second one?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because readjust the movement. Ah, shit. Am I gonna get lucky?
13 again.
9.
Man, I need to just throw out this purple D20, because I can't roll anything above like a 8 with it.
Good. Is there any way I can help Rave walk quietly?
At this point, no, but it's enough to pass at this point. You'll notice as you are all moving away from Knacker as he's walking away, you'll notice that he catches a whiff of something and kind of like looks in the direction of the
I just
horses.
let out a big fart. I'll push one out.
Indrid, make a Constitution saving throw.
The air has to waft to him first.
But I don't have stinking cloud or anything. That'd been cool.
12.
12. You are able to keep quiet from the stench. As at that point, Vin, as you do that, you begin to shrink back down to your normal size. As Knacker just continues walking past all of you at this point.
Indrid,
Yeah.
I can't believe that worked.
Right?
I didn't know trolls got that big.
Like 'em.
That was a troll.
Looked like it.
Well,
Seemed like a nice guy.
Giant.
Right, it seemed like a reasonable sort. Y'all were having a conversation.
Yeah,
There
he
was
spoke
physical
giant.
Contact, like, it seemed good.
Oh, I was scared out of my mind.
I almost shot him, mate.
Yeah, technically,
Thanks
I
for not-
realized we couldn't hear the word treasures and shit because it's all giant. So, what did he
Yeah.
say?
That's
Oh, he said he was out looking for treasures.
Oh, treasures! You say? Did you hear that, Indrid? Treasures. Maybe we could steal his treasures.
I mean, mate, he's a troll. I don't think he really has, like, the same idea of treasures as you and I might have.
Did he describe the treasures?
Oh, well, he's... Like I said, he's just one out in the woods doing his own thing. Not bothering anybody, obviously.
Yeah, mate, his, like, treasure could be, like, just a shiny rock.
I mean, it looked like he bothered that moose.
Well, we all have to eat, don't we?
Yeah, right?
I mean, it seemed really easy because I can make you invisible like we did last time. So I thought that would be, piece of cake.
Now, I mean, if you want to steal from him, mate, you go ahead, but
Oh, I'm nowhere near as sneaky.
I do not want to be impaled today.
Okay, you're that intimidated by it, all right?
We'll talk
Mate,
tomorrow.
I am 5'6".
Yeah, I thought you'd be easily missed because he's so big. So I'm sure his living quarter is big.
Right.
Not really the type to have living quarters.
He's fucking massive, though, isn't he?
So Vin, you were enlarged, so you were probably like around, if I'm right, enlarged is exactly
double
double
in
your
size?
size.
yeah.
Yeah, just
One
20
size
feet tall.
category
Extra.
larger.
So you were like 18 feet tall. He's reaching like a good probably like 24-ish.
Yeah, fuck that.
And he did have that spear on his back as well, I should note. Which was comparable for his use.
I saw this puppet show, right, once called Lord of the Rings, and this giant troll stabbed this guy in the gut with his big spear just like that. The puppet lived. I will not, though.
Did they beat the troll?
I mean, yeah.
Good guys always win, don't they?
Yeah. It was a long puppet show, mate. I fell asleep.
Well,
In any case, Rave, why don't you put up your little bubble thing before he decides to come back?
Uh-huh. All right, okay.
How about we just keep going a little bit?
Oh,
Half an hour down south.
May not be a bad idea either.
Maybe, like, cross a river,
okay.
lose the scent.
I don't think there's really any major rivers. If it's a stream, I'm sure he could just step over it.
Now,
you told me
mate,
I smelled like man. What's that make? What do you make of that? Is that bad or good?
Well, I
There's
have
party.
you've been giving me piggyback rides pretty often.
Oh, you're
Well,
right.
mate, I mean, not my taste, but there's plenty of people who like the smell of men, so good for you.
I'll take it as a compliment then, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you are male, right? So better than not.
I think he meant more the race, not the sex.
Oh,
That-
oh.
Well, that's just undignified, mate.
I see. Yeah, you smell like
Ah,
human.
bastard.
Okay.
Which is odd, as none of us actually are.
That's what I was going to say. That none of us are human. So,
Been months since we've even seen one.
or maybe he meant humanoid versus giant.
He's a humanoid, though, mate.
He's a
got two
he's a
arms and
half
2 legs.
giant.
That,
Half human.
yeah. Well, I guess you are the only half human here, right?
Well, I'm sort of half human.
You're like, but are you even
Are,
like?
are you half human or just half a thing?
Yeah.
Half a thing.
I call you a half-ling, but I don't know what a ling is.
Oh, well, this is a nice man who runs a really good Chinese restaurant up down south.
That just seems so confusing. Up, down, south.
The way the rivers run, you know.
Right. So much to learn. What's Chinese food, by the way?
Well, let's walk and talk for a bit. We didn't want to be found again.
Is it kind of like my plate of deliciousness, where it eats, but then after a while you're hungry again?
Right.
Spot
Not
on.
in my experience. What Chinese food have you been eating?
None! I don't know!
Okay, then. So, you guys continue moving a little bit into the dark at this point to get away from where you last saw Knacker at this point. But, you get a good distance away at this point. You feel confident in how far you get away. Which I'll say at this point.
On the way, can I get Rezo to help me track and kill some sort of deer or moose, like, off of our trail, so that even if he does double back, maybe he'll just be like, oh, well, this is good enough.
You want to just leave the meat?
Yes.
No. We're hunting something. We're eating this.
Something will eat it. Well, something will eat it.
It's true. We can leave the head hanging in a tree.
I don't think he wants the head, mate. I think he wants the meaty bits. Crows, see? They'll eat it.
We're screwed. That's the omen of doom.
Shit, the crows are back.
Yeah, mate. We have crows. We have crows at home.
Yeah, but these are the wild crows of the north.
Is there a difference, mate?
I think there are. I mean, the birds are bigger here, and I'm sure these crows are more nefarious.
You
Oh,
said your home doesn't have trees. Where do the crows, do they just go on the ground?
What?
Well, you're underground. You lived underground.
Yeah, mate. They fly through the tunnels.
Like a bat.
Right.
I'm surprised they can see down there.
Right. Mate, my father's a god. But don't, like making some crows be able to see in the dark's probably just, like, clicking his fingers together, mate. I don't know.
Does he like crows?
He does seem to like them, aesthetically, yes.
They fit perfectly. Just fitting on your shoulder. Make them a little bit bigger. Get
Right,
them
we
glowing red
use
eyes.
them as messengers too, mate, to our followers. We haven't really come up with a good name for them yet. Regardless, our worshippers, his worshippers, not mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then. So at this point, you all set up camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
How are you setting up watch? Ignore the crows.
I'll start.
Rave always watches from the domes.
Yeah, I'll be with Vinny because he's the only one who doesn't have night vision, I think.
I'll go middle of the night.
Correct.
Okay, then. So at that point, you two, can you roll me a perception check at this point during your watch?
14.
Perception, that was good. 21.
21. Okay, then. So, with you two working together, Vinny, you can't really see very well in the dark, but with Arlo helping you out and you're just listening about for anything that's not supposed to happen, the night goes by somewhat uneventfully, or your shift goes by somewhat uneventfully, though you do hear large footsteps in the distance.
In the same way that Necker went.
Yeah, well, coming back from the opposite direction.
Fucking told you guys.
Arlo runs over to the horses to make sure they're securely tied this time.
Okay. Roll me a quick survival check real fast.
All right. Not terrible at this. That's a 12.
Okay, then. You're confident that it will hold. Like, it's good enough where you could just untie it
Yank, they
easily.
don't come. But yeah.
but it's
I'll
good
send-
enough.
I'll send my wild companion in that direction just to get a scout.
Okay then. Just kind of poof that whatever creature you decide to summon in, and just kind of send them
Wobbles
out to
light.
It's wobbles without the attitude.
Yeah. Improved.
They can't talk back. But yeah, you send them out. They will notice the large hulking figure kind of walking in the direction. But eventually, after a while, near the time that your familiar would disappear or go out of the area that it can actually inform you of anything, you'll notice he goes into a cave, not too far away from where you're at.
Okay. Well, I guess he does have a cave then.
Oh,
Well, I just figured he was a wandering spirit and just made his way around.
you look pretty solid for a spirit.
Well, not literally, but you know. Whatever it is, it seems he's out for the night too, so that's comforting.
So, do you think we should tell the others about this? Rave seemed rather gung-ho about trying to nick something.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we've got more than I could have ever dreamt of in terms of shinies and gems and coins.
Yeah, we're not hurting, that's for certain, by most people's standards.
Most people's standards, right? Well, we could let him know where they are just for safety's sake, but he's still a bit out of the way too.
All right. I mean, he seemed quite cordial when he was talking to you, so I don't see any reason why we should try to rob him blind.
Yeah, I get the feeling he's not quite as cordial for any of the smaller folk. Even me and my normal size might not have done the trick. I think we lucked out pretty good there. But again, that said, he didn't do anything wrong to harm us.
Right. I say we just settle down and hope the rest of this night goes quietly.
Good then.
Seems fair. I think I'll probably at some point just use another B shape with something with better perception. Make my way around too.
Okay then. Keep an eye out through your familiar, but for the most part, everything seems fine. Nothing to really worry about, but eventually your shift ends and you begin to drift off into sleep at this point. But yeah, you begin to rest. And with that, let me roll this real fast. Okay then. So, you all get up early enough in the morning. You're all woken by pretty much the sun beginning to shine through the dome at this point, for some of you. It's a bit covered by snow this morning, but nothing that you're not used to. Just a matter of Rave decides to wake the rest of you up with, a very cold and rude awakening. But yeah.
Oh, the drop in the dome.
Mm-hmm. Just a bit of snow. But yeah. With that, what are you all doing this morning?
Well, I mean, we don't know
How's
anything
the-
otherwise, right? You didn't share news, did you?
Yeah, how's the plume of smoke? Is it bigger, smaller,
I
different
will
colors?
I will say, if one of you climb up a tree or something like that, just to get a better view of it, since you guys are kind of stuck in a bad position to get a good eye on it, the plume of smoke in the air is getting a lot thicker. From what it looks like at this point, it's kind of a large, dark grayish or blackish wall in the sky, pretty much.
This is the volcano that erupted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has a large, pretty much plume of smoke. It looks like a very, very horrible storm in that area. From what you can tell, it's majorly around the mountain. You would assume that it's only really affecting those at Mount Vatoon and any of the territory, like,
Adjacent.
Yeah, I would say it's notably probably 10-mile radius at this point from what you can notice underneath that cloud, but it is growing. You assume it's getting pretty that volcano is getting pretty active at this point.
Oh, it's still going?
Yeah.
Oh.
So is our plan to just avoid that thing altogether?
I think that sounds like a sensible idea. I mean, I know we stood toe to toe with a dragon and all, but there's dragons and then there's actively erupting volcanoes.
Can't fight a volcano, mate.
Oh yeah,
Right.
not yet.
Not yet, though. Soon.
Not
Okay.
yet.
Right. What if we headed through the LV forest?
I'm okay for that.
Is there anything between us and there that we could like rest at, or is it?
So you're thinking about going through the elven section of the forest?
Yeah, because we just wanted to go down to the magical fairy city.
We're just taking it a long way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
At
And
this
if
point,
we avoid the rift here, just because it's on fire.
Mhm.
so the center area is kind of where the plume's at this point.
Yeah, fuck that.
The elven section of the forest is over this way. And then if you're going to try to get down this way, your main options are going all the way around over here, going through here, or going through the mountain passes.
I think mountain pass, then come out before this river and start crossing over.
Mate, this was also in the puppet show.
What the
What?
extremely long
The
trek?
mountain pass.
Right.
Okay.
How did that go in the puppet show?
Yeah.
Easy
Right.
peasy, right?
Well, so, it depends, right? I read the script of the puppet show, and it says there was giants throwing shit at each other. And then when the puppet show, it was like some magical wizard or some shit. It didn't go well, all in all. And then they had to go underground, and that's where the guy got stabbed.
Okay, so not underground. Got it.
Well, no, they got through underground.
Well, you said they got stabbed.
Right. I mean, one of them did, but he lived.
Okay. Okay.
I don't think we should take any prophecies from a puppet show.
Mate, you never know, mate.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
So we gotta tangle with the Crimson Fang and hope they'll just let us pass.
Well, I didn't mention it before, but with between me and Rave, we can make the three of us who aren't part of, the Titan Wilderness invisible for a good hour. I think I can. Did I still have invisibility? Nope, I have greater invisibility, which lasts for a minute.
I have invisibility.
You could upcast it. You could upcast to get three of us. That's true.
Yes.
I don't think I will need invisibility.
I can blend well, or just hop in Indrid's pocket for.
Yeah.
Oh, you two are fine because
Okay.
they like your tribe.
Yeah.
I should remind you guys with that token, right? Like, they wouldn't mess with all the rest. Like, they would probably mess with you, but they wouldn't do anything bad to you.
Mhm.
If you were with Vin and Rezo. If you were by yourselves, that would be another thing altogether. But
Yeah.
if you were with them, that'd be another thing. And plus, Rezo has that token.
Yeah. Maybe
Then
we'll.
we should be fine.
Besides, I'm sure they have bigger things to worry about with the mountain exploding and such. They live in mountains. Who knows if theirs is next?
Right, do any mountain explode?
I mean, this is the first I've ever seen it. I've been around for a while.
Right.
It's new to me.
Right, maybe.
You're a druid, mate. You're supposed to know about this kind of thing.
I've never seen one explode either.
Jeez.
Oh god, everything went black.
God's below.
Wait, are we underground now?
Right.
Shit.
Kidding. So, you're all continuing moving further south at this point and pretty much running into the Crimson Fang, correct? Okay then. So with that, you all begin to continue march at this point, and luckily, as you're moving pretty much to this point of the forest, you'll actually notice that there's a lot more paths. Not exactly game trail, which you've been following here and there every so often, but actual paths at this point, which makes it a lot easier moving with the mounts at this point, which cuts down your time of traveling by a great margin at this point. So, whoever wishes, roll me that d20 to see what happens on this last week of travel.
I rolled a 1 last time, so not me.
Who hasn't?
I've not rolled yet. I'll go.
Okay.
14.
14. Okay then. So, y'all are beginning to march through the forest at this point. It's calm, it's quiet. The giant swarm of crows keep following you. But besides that,
Mate, go home. Jeffrey, leave us.
If they come
besides
down, I'm
that,
going to talk to one of them. Fuck off.
then just you begin talking to them. They all look at each other and begin to kill you.
Mate, there's a reason it's called a murder of crows, right?
But you all continue through the forest at this point, and things are nice. Rave, though, you notice something unnerving as you're continuing moving through it. You notice a very intimidating bush in the distance,
Oh, another blue bush.
with the glossy, shiny Arctic berry.
No, that
On
thing, it needs to burn. Can I try prestidigitation burning it from a distance, like 10 feet, and just like kind of ignite it? Get
Okay,
rid of it.
So then, you use the incantation to send the spark out in the distance as you just send a poof out towards the bush as sparks begin to fly towards it, but nothing really happens.
Damn those berries.
Rave, what you up to?
Those things, they're there. That they should be eradicated from this plane.
Well, there's nothing wrong with them as long as you know what you're doing with. You don't just eat them.
Don't just
Then-
get good with them.
Then, as Rave points out the berry bush to you, you can see what looks to be a small fire beginning to catch over there at this point.
You've got to stop throwing fire just all around the woods.
What, is it burning? Let it burn! Let it burn.
I'll create water and douse it.
Okay.
Burn!
So you-
No, burn! Try to burn it again.
And I use Druidcraft to enhance the bush.
Enhance the bush.
Make it grow bigger.
So at this point, as the rest of you are watching this whole scene happen, Indrid and Rezo, roll me a wisdom save while that's happening. Then, as you're using Create Water to douse out the flames, the water catches the fire like gasoline, and the flames begin to spread even worse at this point.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Right, what?
Rave, what have you done?
What? I don't know this. I told you this thing. Go burn it. This thing is bad. It thrives off of fire. Cut it down.
Dirty 20.
Okay, dirty 20. So, Indrid, you're just watching them do this at this point as they're just looking in the corner of the forest, just doing all that shit in the corner. Rezo.
Well,
Actually, that's a 15, so you pass as well. So you also just notice them messing around in the corner of the woods at this point, just casting a bunch of spells at nothing.
Oh.
at nothing?
At nothing.
At nothing.
As a practitioner of magic, can I roll an Arcana check to see if I deduce what is happening?
Sure, give me advantage considering you
also
have magic
have-
eyes.
Yes.
I forgot.
You have
about
magic
those.
eyes. Yeah.
15.
Okay then. So as you're kind of looking around the area itself, you don't notice any magic in the direction that they're pointing at, but you do notice a slight magical haze around their eyes.
Right. What's all this then? Mate, they's enchanted.
You wouldn't happen to have to spell magic or anything, would you?
Mate, I have. What do I have?
I have burned people alive, and that's
I
it.
have command. But I don't think that's like. Could I override?
Heal!
Cease!
I look over to Arlo.
Can you see what they see?
Arlo, since that now you're back, also give me a
Mhm.
wisdom save at this point.
Oh, of course.
Oh, Christ, mate.
We're about 2 seconds away from a tidal wave coming through this bitch.
Wisdom. That's a 19.
Okay, 19. At this point, you also see this. You can see Vin and Rave at this point pretty much casting spells in this corner of the forest. Vin trying to extinguish something, and Rave trying to ignite something.
Oi!
I mean, they're not doing any harm, but, hello? Is anyone there? We know something's going on. If I had to laugh.
I'm gonna walk up between Rave and Vin and just be like, "There's nothing there, mate. No bush, mate." I'll wave my hand through it.
So as you begin moving up in direction of the bush at this point, Rezo and Arlo, you can give me a perception check. Indrid, I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Do I have advantage again?
Ooh.
You do not have advantage.
15 for Arlo for the perception.
4.
Okay then. So, as you see Indrid make his way towards the nothingness to alert you guys at this point, you see Indrid approach it and then turns into a mouse.
Who, me?
Yes.
Like, we see that?
Yeah, you see Indrid just turn into a mouse.
Do I actually turn into a mouse?
Yes, you do.
The fuck is this shit?
Oh.
Does Arlo see that?
Yeah, did you see what I saw?
And Rezo, with that natural 20, I will say this much. You don't know where it's coming from, but you can hear a slight giggle in the distance.
How far is that distance?
You can't exactly tell, but you know there's somebody else here.
Out of the bushes or I burn it all down.
Arlo quickly steps away from Rezo.
I have my hand.
I grew up with Arlo.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah.
Vin-
Run back
Vin.
through the grass and crawl up your leg into a pocket. Do I still have my hat?
You do still have your hat.
Okay.
But it's
Vin,
still
at
like-
this point, as you turn around, like, as you can hear your party in the distance, as it's kind of a muffle at this point, as you can see what looks to be Rezo on fire, with his arms burning at this point.
Oh shit!
Roll me a wisdom save at this point, Vin.
Alright, it's raining on Rezo. Wisdom save.
Yep.
21.
Okay then. So after pretty much casting this spell on Rezo at this point, is you get pretty much dumped with 10 gallons of water, Rezo, in the cold of winter.
Oh,
All right.
It smells like wet dog.
It
Yay.
smells like wet dog. Vin, you snap out of it at this point, as pretty much things are no longer on fire at this point, but you just did douse Rezo.
Did I get it all? Rez, you okay?
There's someone in the bushes. There was no fire.
I saw it clear as day. Gone now.
Well, your eyes are playing tricks on you, and someone also just turned Indrid into a mouse, so we're dealing with something that's not entirely powerless.
Somebody pranking with us.
Yes.
I like that one. Kind of could have gone awry. Well done, whoever you are. The jigger's up. Are they
Okay,
pretty
then.
hard to get, are they?
We have some food if you want to share a meal.
Roll me a persuasion check, Vin.
Okay. -2. Oh, I rolled 19. 17 total.
Okay, not bad. Okay then, and with that, at this point, you can see this small, kind of a mix of blue and white figure come out of one of the bushes, as you can see what this small creature with wings fluttering about at this point. Giggling.
What's that little old you making all that trouble?
The individual nods their head at you at this point.
Well, you should be careful not to do that with folks like this that like to just burn stuff down. Rave.
That thing. What is that?
Rave, the berries are actually now coming to life and sprouting legs at this
it's even
point
worse.
and running towards you.
No, run it, got away now.
They still
Finish!
smack him out of it.
Fire! Roll me an attack roll, Vinny, with your strength bonus.
Oh,
See if you hit
Ooh,
Rave that's trying to
16
get away.
plus, 17.
Rave, you get a serious
17
smack to the
misses.
face. Wait, what?
I have 19 as my armor.
Well, he's kind of trying to touch, but yeah.
I'm not hitting your armor.
Yeah, he's hitting you in
Hitting
the
your
face.
cheek. But yeah, I'm not intending to do any damage, but to like snap you out of it.
Yeah, considering it doesn't get above your AC, he hits you. He doesn't really hurt you, but he does hit you at this point, as you're kind of like snapped out of it as like the illusion disappears from your mind.
Yeah. Fire, you see? I knew it. Fire kills all.
Unfortunately, yes.
And
Not the best thing to do in the woods.
Rave, as you're coming back to consciousness, you'll also see this small figure fluttering about.
Is it blue?
It is a small blue creature. It's not the same blue as the other, or as the berries. It's more of a very faint whitish blue with almost crystal-like wings.
Vinny, what's the blue thing?
Oh, I don't know. We've only just met.
What do you mean you don't know? Rizzo, what's the blue thing?
Do I actually
I-
know what this is?
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I
in
know?
Character?
In character, I would say you two would assume it's either a pixie or a sprite. It's some sort of spirit, you would assume at this point.
Little Feywild creature.
Mm-hmm.
Indrid,
Kill it.
did your mom send this over?
I'm a fucking mouse, dude. I can't talk.
Oh shit.
Squeakity, squeakity, mix, squeak.
Where'd Indrid go?
Poke my head out of Arlo's pocket.
You see a mouse
With the hat on?
Adjust my
mouse
hat.
with a fancy hat.
I really have no idea. I was focused on that bush of hell.
What's the mouse saying?
I don't speak mouse, but if you couldn't tell from the hat, I'm 99% sure that this is Indrid.
Indrid's a mouse?
Can I,
Yes,
over
Why
at
is
the
Indrid a
meeting.
mouse?
The
understand?
pixie will just shrug at you guys at this point. Indrid, you can hear this small. You can actually hear her laughing at this point with a slight mutter under her breath when people are just chatting about you at this point.
What is she saying? Because I speak Sylvan.
You speak. It's the thing at the moment is she's not speaking Sylvan exactly. It's more only animals can understand her, but you're a mouse.
I
But
see.
you can understand that she's very excited about the group of unexpected individuals that she just found.
Oi!
Oh, yeah, you're small now, so you can hear me. That's lovely. Hi.
Right. Why am I a mouse?
Well, you tried to ruin my fun, so I had to make sure you couldn't do that.
Well,
But I made sure you kept that really nice hat.
well, and I appreciate that, mate. And see, we apologize, right, if we've wandered into your territory or home or anything like that. But I think you're making a mistake, mate. And we just want to move on, you know.
Oh, don't worry, I'm just having fun at this point. I got bored, and then I saw a bunch of individuals walking through.
Vinny,
And it was
what's he
funny.
saying?
Right.
You'll be catching on to this conversation when you cast Speak with Animals at this point, Vin.
Do I still have my accent in mouse?
I heard the
Yes, you do.
squeaky mouse.
Squeak.
You also still have your horns as well,
Oh,
and
nice.
your slightly tinted blue.
I'm fucking
That's
fierce.
pretty
dude.
obvious that it
Yeah.
must be Indrid the mouse.
Yeah, it's Indrid the mouse.
I could do some damage with these babies. Right. So, I'm guessing you're like, what, a frost sprite, an ice sprite, a winter sprite, something like that along those lines, mate?
Nope.
Pixie. No? What is you?
I'm just a pixie.
Right.
Indrid,
Yes,
roll
Baz.
me an Arcana check with advantage.
17.
17. Okay. So with that knowledge, you'll know that pixies are kind of like dryads. They're fey, but they're more tied to the land than tied to the Feywild. So
Right, mate. So, when you say fun, what kind of fun, mate? Because fun is a subjective term.
well, fun kind of like, this at this point as she kind of like snaps her fingers and point them at Rave. And Rave, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, those with a -1.
Oh boy.
With a 0.
So, Rave, you get turned into a cat. But a very poofy cat with a mane.
Right, that's racist, mate.
I feel like Rave is actually a little bit happy because if I remember correctly, he technically is missing his mane. It's kind of maybe short fluffy fuzz right now, but from his death experience with he's missed a mane for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably kind of enjoying the mane, really. Just kind of doing like 2 paws, kind of.
Oi!
Oh, she's good.
Rave!
Alright, oh.
Can you speak mouse?
Can I speak mouse and can I overcome the instinct to eat the mouse?
I have horns.
Yeah. Honestly, Indra does not look like a fun mouse to eat. Like,
Something wrong with me.
he's blue, he's got big horns, he's got a hat. Not worth it.
Not worth it? Okay.
You can understand each other, though.
This
But
air.
I'm now out of magic now, so I can't really do anything. So it was nice chatting to you all, but I gotta go now. As she just goes invisible and disappears.
Right.
Stares at Vin.
Vinny, you look so much bigger now.
What did I miss? Sorry, I was...
Well, we now have a cat.
Rave's a cat.
Rave's a cat.
I
What's
imagine basically
What's going on? Is
Persian
she,
with a
is she still
poof
fucking
going
with
on.
us?
Well, she
Right.
just disappeared, so I don't entirely know where she is. But well, I feel like we haven't seen polymorph done with any of us, have we? Rave
Nope.
hasn't cast yet. Yeah.
Rave hasn't cast it
I don't
yet.
have it.
I do.
No. Well, she turned them into animals. I don't know how to do that myself. I've heard about it, but I don't know the details. But most magic just wears off, right?
Yeah.
Give me 10 minutes. I might be able to figure it out.
I'll sit down and either held my hand out for the mouse or try and get the cat to sit in my lap. And
I'll take the cat. Why don't you take the mouse,
No,
Rizzle?
like in true cat fashion, I will be a contrarian and go on the shoulders.
so long as I'm touching one of them for 10 minutes, it can help me learn about whatever spell is affecting a creature as well. So I will spend 10 minutes trying to figure out what's going on with our companions.
Would find out that they are being affected by a form of polymorph.
Do I know if it's permanent?
You know, it's not permanent. You know that much. It will wear off, though. It's a little bit trickier than usual, considering they will keep their intelligence and everything like that.
I will inform the bounty.
They're not going to stay this way.
Well, that's
Right.
good. Should
Well-
Rave, you okay with like being like that for a little bit?
What else is dozing off for? What are we talking about?
Oh, I was just saying, it'll whatever it is with you, the rest of us will wear off. So
and for the two of you, why don't we employ just the basic 1 blink for yes, 2 for no?
That was sold a thumbs up.
The cat does no blinks.
I never
And
liked
if Maul
cats.
can understand them.
Well, the mouse just gave me a thumbs up, so I didn't think mice were more intelligent than cats, but he learns something new every day.
Rave, you don't have any weird urges to go jump onto injured right now and start
Mate, I will set you
snacking,
on
do you?
fire.
No. He's
Can I use magic?
he's
You
not
cannot you cannot use your magic at the moment, though. It would be funny if you could still use Hellish Rebuke as a mouse.
Yeah.
I mean, I think any innate things. Maybe.
No, polymorph
He's no
gets
longer a
rid of all.
tiefling.
Yep.
That's
That
the
would-
druid crap.
Yeah.
No, that's an unappetizing mouse.
Right. Well,
This is an interesting turn of
this is
events.
unfortunate.
I'm being carried. I don't mind. You keep going.
I mean, if
just
nothing
gonna
else, if we run into what was it, the other tribe, you two are the ones we needed them to see, so it's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, shit, it's gonna be a while before we get to there, but
Hey, Vin.
Yeah.
Roll me the 3d100s for the spells that you cast. Or actually, how many spells did you cast?
I've been rolling them.
Okay, you've been rolling. Okay.
Yeah, not yet. Not for speak with animals. Now we're good.
Okay.
I'm rolling d20s and
It's
we don't
d20s.
procs
I
on a
got.
one, right? Okay.
Yeah, procs on a 1, but yeah. Just making sure.
That's. She said that she's out of magic, so I suggest we get out of here before her reserves are recharged.
I wonder how she did that. How did she make us see?
Well,
burning
there's-
bushes?
There's charm effects that make people kind of more compliant, or also just act stupidly.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. In the memory banks it goes.
All right. Well,
You know what I can do now? This is completely random, but I'd like to do a stone shape to make a good boulder ball, like a permanent one. It's been a while.
You can do that now. You could have been just like doing that daily, is just collecting boulders. Like nice boulders
Yeah,
that
I'll
fit in
start
your
making.
hand
I'll make a
perfectly.
stash. Yeah. We'll like fill up the bag of holding with just like perfectly round boulders.
You ever find a cannon, it'll be useful. Apart from you throwing them.
Just,
Hell yeah.
just enlarge the musket.
has to be a creature, I think.
Yeah, it does.
No, it's objects.
It doesn't?
Objects too.
I think you can do objects. Or maybe that's levitate.
No, it is objects. You can cause a creature or object you see within range to grow larger. That means I could do it after he throws it too.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Just as long as it's in range.
Okay, Mouse Indrid, hear me out. With that gun that you got,
Right.
do you still have it?
No, mate. I seem to only have my hat.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get it back.
All right.
Look
Don't
around on the
really-
ground. Maybe there's a
I've got
tiny,
no
tiny
idea.
gun.
If we can enlarge it, make it huge, you can teach me how to shoot the thing.
The gun, mate. I think we took a few of them with us, didn't we?
Yeah, but it's
think
too
we
small
did.
for me to use. These hands don't get up
All
into
right, man. But if we enlarge it, you could have one of your own. Yeah. Right. I mean, to be honest, mate, it's like a one-shot deal, you know? Like, my plan for this is I'm going to use it first and try and scare someone, and then chuck it at their face.
That works, yeah. Well,
I mean, yeah. Why not? I'm a mouse right now, so, you know.
that's all good. I just wonder how my my incredible dexterity will allow me to hold, aim, and shoot a gun.
Well, mate, I've been thinking, like,
What's
it's
the worst
not
that could
too
happen, right?
complicated. Right. It's not too complicated. I think we could, like, if we find someone and pay them a lot of gold, we could probably get someone to make one your size.
Get Vin a blunderbutt. It's honestly
Yep.
just a cannon at
It's
that
a
point.
cannon. Yeah.
Cannon.
It'd be a lot of metal. I
Bro.
don't know that I could do that.
My
What if we made it
dice.
out of
Oh yeah, you know what? I couldn't even use it anyways if it's metal.
You can
Oh,
use
that's
metal weapons for some reason, but you can't use metal armor.
Shields and armor,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the weapons.
I'm pretty sure it's
Interesting.
weapons as well. I've never
double
played
check.
a druid, but that sounds, yeah.
Doesn't sound druidy, does
I
it?
would need to double check, but if I'm right, like for some reason they're allowed weapons that are made of
Yeah.
metal, but still. But yeah. Is there anything else you guys are doing before you move on from this odd encounter?
Get out.
Okay then. So y'all begin traveling at this point. Eventually, Indrid and Rave turn back to normal.
Is
Arlo, are
Rave
you
on
still-
somebody's shoulder at
Yeah.
that point?
Oh yeah,
Right.
I'm always on someone's shoulder.
Who's carrying Rave at this point?
Arlo initially was.
I
the
think
first
I
one,
was
so-
initially, yeah.
Oh no, poor Arlo.
Okay then. So Arlo, make a dexterity saving throw as
Okay.
a 200-pound cat man has just spawned on your shoulders.
16.
It's not instant that he turns back into form. It's like a sudden like growth. So like you like kind of like just chuck him off of you. But yeah, you avoid getting crushed by the lion man.
Oh, I'm back. Look at that.
You're in a pocket at the time.
That didn't seem so bad.
How was it? Was that your first time being
Small.
an animal?
Well, I mean, a feral animal, I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose that was the right term. Well, you
Yeah, first. Very first. Very weird. Might try it again. I have to learn
get
that
used to
spell.
it after a bit.
Is that what you do all the time? Is that what it feels like for you?
Kinda.
Weird. You're really into some interesting things, Vin.
Yeah, it keeps me occupied, I guess.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So you want?
Oh, yeah.
We could try and turn you into a cat again sometime if you like,
Maybe.
or something else,
Maybe,
something bigger.
Maybe. Yeah. Yes. I've always wondered what it feels like to have just like scales or skin, no fur.
I imagine it'd be rather itchy.
Without the fur?
No, with scales. You're shitting all the time.
I don't think I'd stay in that long enough to feel that, but okay, maybe.
Mate, if he turned into a giant snake man, does that mean he just grow bigger all the time until someone stopped him, like a crocodile?
I'm not all familiar with reptiles and their growth spurts.
Well, they do shed their skin, but I don't know that that's something we'd have to worry about for a temporary basis.
Do they?
I've not done that when I turned into snakes.
I didn't think crocodiles shed skin.
If they're
Ben
aquatic, you
would know
probably
that.
don't notice.
I don't know, because I know it's like a funny thing. Technically gators don't have scales. It's just a hide, a very leathery hide.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't think they actually shed. Huh. No clue, honestly.
If only there was a way
They
to
do
figure out
not.
things.
Neat. But you
Nice things.
You remember up north those giant crocodiles that we saw?
Yeah, the ones you
You-
were close to.
Oh, fuck.
You
Crocodile.
want to turn into one of those?
Do you do? Or me?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah, we'll try it sometime.
Yeah, maybe
Those ones
some
have,
near
like-
some water.
Yeah, certainly. They had runes on them though.
yeah, they had runes sketched on their around their neck area, but yeah.
I took some of those, right? Or did I carve some of them out?
You carved some of them out, yeah.
Did you guys ever? Did I ever show you these?
No.
Rez, you might like to take a look at this. Arlo, anybody?
What are we looking at? What are they?
These things were on those giant alligators up north. Alligators, crocodiles. I keep mixing it up.
Gators like water.
Gators.
Yeah. As Vin shows you all the runes on the pretty much gator hide that you guys have access to now, you all look at them and
They're all very odd. I would say Rezo and Injured, you can make Arcana checks.
Oh,
25.
Damn.
that's a good check.
Dylan?
Oh no, he's there.
14.
14. Okay, so Injured, you look at them, you don't even see like magic on them with your magical eyes at this point. But not Injured, damn it, Rezo. At this point, as you
That's new.
yeah, that is new. I may be barely awake right now, so who knows? But still, Rezo, as you're looking over these runes and such, they'll actually notice that they have a very close arcane nature to the same wizardry that you've been taught from your tribe. And after looking them over for a bit, you're pretty certain these are some form of runes of protection. You assume probably of a cold of sorts. They're no longer active, but you would think that they were done enough where they would stay somewhat permanent to the creature as long as they stay alive.
Oh.
Cool.
This is how they kept themselves from freezing to death in the water.
Mate,
So the
if we
gators.
call that onto us, we no longer freeze in the water.
Wait. Did the gators just? They carved this on themselves and made them this?
I don't know who did
Gators
it.
are magic.
No.
The crag, I imagine, took part in this.
If they figured out how to give themselves a bit of a buff against the cold, perhaps that explains why they're so bold in attacking during the winter.
Would we be able to replicate this?
It would take you time, but you could possibly replicate it. This seems you don't know what the drawbacks would be because you would know magic that's enchanted onto something. It usually slowly decays that item until the material's gone, so you're not quite sure what that would do to a living creature if it's done to it. Because magic items, mattering on how powerful they are, eventually wither away.
No.
No.
No thanks. Yeah.
I like my skin attached, thanks.
That might be something worth sending up to do one of those messages that you do at some point, Rave. Let them know about that. Kinda forgot that.
Yeah, sure. I can every day I can do these things.
Okay then. Yeah, you would be able to pull that off easily. What would you like to put in the message? Just pretty much informing them about the runes, and that's it?
Yeah, definitely would be magic runes, frost resistance, thought to be done by Crag, gives them advantage to the winter climate. Be wary. They're scary.
Oh, and see if they
Be
see Talvik yet.
prepared.
So what?
Any word from Talvik?
And any word from Talvik.
You'll get back a no response when it comes to the Talvik, and they will thank you for the information. And they'll try to look into that if they can somehow reverse it if they come back. But that's all they are able to send back to you at this point. Since it's not really a sending stone where you can just walkie-talkie back and forth, it's you send the message. But yeah.
I've got 3 more. 4. If you need me to do any more, you tell me.
That is
It's really convenient.
Oh, yes,
They-
great.
They can't message you, but you can message them, so that's kind of how it is at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that, you pretty much mark down and kind of keep track of what this runes can do, and it could possibly help you figure out how to do that to a similar magic item possibly later, Rezo. But besides that, that's all you really get from it.
Noted.
Interesting.
Is there anything else you guys want to go over or do while traveling, or will you like to just continue to the next event?
Well, I'm gonna turn Rave at some point into a giant alligator. But
Okay then.
Is that going to be a problem in this environment?
Kind of.
Okay.
Though-
If
You
look
go into
at this
hibernation.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
gonna say. Like,
with alligator, with like you'll have that experience for a couple of moments, and then as the heat just gets absorbed out of you, you'll just begin to go into a deep slumber.
okay.
Better than
Only for a
melatonin.
little bit, but it doesn't last that long.
1 hour.
Polymorph, it's an hour.
In an hour. And I mean, if you don't undo it, I'm just gonna be laying there like dead weight whenever that happens.
I would say it would take a moment for
Right,
like,
for an hour out of the water.
well, if he goes into the water, yeah, he's gonna get the energy just sucked out of him pretty much instantly. If you do like outside of the water, he has a couple like minutes, like I'll say like 10 minutes before like completely going into like I need to sleep mode.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely an interesting experience. The only thing that goes through your mind in that moment that you're turned into alligator is you want to crunch things, and you want to crunch them now.
Any sudden movements towards me, and I'm gonna drop it.
Crunch, 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 crunch.
Oh, if anything, it's probably just me getting really, really tired. Yeah, it started off with me getting really crunch happy. Then I just got really sleepy. I don't think crocodiles are that dangerous. They really are lazy bastards.
That's
Alligator,
rude, mate.
alligators are lazy. Crocodiles are deadly. If I'm remembering it correctly, but yeah.
Any reptile that's 7 feet long is deadly.
Good point.
That's fair.
But yeah.
Agreed.
But you all continue marching through the woods at this point, and you actually begin to make your way through the clearing as you're beginning to not exactly leave the tree line, but to a point where you're not really traveling through a dense wilderness and more just a light forest at this point. But eventually, you will come across the edge of the mountain. You can see a few paths up, but once you get there, can all of you roll me a perception check?
There we go. 18.
9.
Or
13.
Delay 6. Ah, there we go. Yes. That is.
Okay,
Hey.
so
Everybody else's map is all black.
Yeah, yeah. It's,
wait, it's black for you? Wait, what?
yeah, it's been black for.
Bit.
Dynamic lighting's not on. And you guys are on the world map.
On the world map.
Oh, is that? Oh, wait. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys are on the world map right now, and there's no dynamic lighting on. I think you might want
Are
to
you
restart
sure we're
Roll20.
still on the map?
I'm refreshing.
You're no longer on the map. Yeah, the player's
Refresh fixed it for me.
yeah, the player's bookmark is on the world map.
interesting.
It was so weird. Yeah, because it's just like when
For
you
all of
basically
us.
said, "And this is where you are." It was like, oh, black.
Yeah.
It was a while ago, but yeah, refresh fixed it.
But yeah,
Curious.
it's force ping you all there.
Thank you.
But yeah, as you all pretty much begin coming towards the clearing at this point, those of you that rolled pretty much above a 16, which I believe Vin, Connor, and Dylan all rolled that.
I think it was just me.
Was it just you?
No.
What did you roll, Dylan?
9.
13.
13? Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you rolled higher. Okay then. So Arlo, with your superior vision, along with those fancy new glasses that you got your hands on, you're able to actually see up quite a bit of ways up in the mountain at this point. You can see what looks to be a bit of movement, but one of the main things that catches your eyes as you're kind of like trying to find a pathway to get around the mountains at this point is you can see one of a very familiar fortress in the distance. One of very similar design to that one that you found the necromancer in.
It appears there might be another gnome-made fortress up in those mountains. The resemblance to the first one we saw is rather uncanny.
You see something?
Interesting.
How far?
Zoom. Stairs.
With its distance and with your goggles, I would say possibly 2 miles away. give or take. It's up a bit. It's a higher elevation, and you're able to see clear with because of the goggles. So it's about 2 miles away from what you can tell.
About an hour's walk or so.
Okay, well, we could probably get there, right?
Well, do we want to go there?
Well, I
Where the tribe
imagine.
is at.
Does it look bad?
Yeah, how derelict does it look?
With what from how far away and what you can see at this point, I'll say you can see what looks to be designs on it. So it looks like it's somewhat lived in, or at least it's more notable than the other fortress that just looked like a barren, old, deserted fort. This one actually looks a little bit more lived in at this point, from what you can tell. And you do also see a bit of movement around that area. You're not quite sure if that's just animals or possibly the southern tribe that you were informed about, but who knows, honestly.
Well, in any case, I think it's time to get that totem out to make sure that we aren't experiencing any friendly fire.
Yeah, I'll take the lead in any marching that we do as well. And presume Rezo is going to be up front as well.
Are we thinking it's bad? Should we do other things?
We'll be fine. Just
Okay.
they're finicky.
Finicky.
Ready. We're ready. I'm ready.
No worries.
That's something to say. Okay, then. So, we begin marching up the mountain at this point, and with that, can everybody give me a constitution check?
Okay. Is this cold related?
It's a mixture of cold and also that you're actually now traveling up a somewhat gravelly and harsh mountain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So check, not saving throw.
Yeah, check.
Okay.
Oh, check.
17.
Same.
7.
That's
What? Source. Oh, that's right. It's not a save for you.
Not a save.
It's not a save, that's right.
I got an 8.
15.
So, yeah. At this point, you were all pretty used to marching in the woods, which had its troubles of, having to trudge through snow. But this is both trudging through snow, ice, and also gravel. So finding your footing's a bit of a pain at times. And also, there's a moment where Arlo, you're almost lost as you pretty much almost slip off of a, let's say, cliff face, but it would have been a horrible tumble if you failed. Though luckily, considering everybody else rolled decent, you were able to keep up with everybody, and they were able to help you move along.
Yo, good, Arlo?
When can I get a lift?
Oh yeah. Yeah, hop up on here.
I'm only like 1/80th of your total weight.
Those short legs probably make it tough to get through all this mess here.
180.
Hop on up.
I'm up.
I say hop on up. I'll probably just pick you up and punch you there.
Yeah.
But yeah, at this point, you all, it takes you some time, but you get up in a decent, time. But I'm going to need all of you to roll a perception check while marching through the mountains at this point.
10.
Oh, too excited. 19.
7. Man.
Oh, no.
19 also.
Okay, then. So, Vin and Arlo kind of makes sense the two of you see this at the point since you're kind of at the
Like
front.
eye level right there.
Yeah, you're both at the same eye level, and also Vin, you're leading the march at this point since you're used to going through terrains like this. It's been a while. You've been marching through the forest most of your life, but you've been through the mountains a couple times at this point. But in the distance, you can actually see what looks to be a large, bulkier feline individual kind of looking at you guys at the distance. You wouldn't have noticed them usually, but as you're now kind of looking around, their pattern does catch your eye. Nobody else seems to notice them at this point, though.
The pattern is just being of the fang.
Camouflage or?
It's so what you can notice is obviously it's the regular orange and black tiger print, but they're wearing what looks to be a somewhat possibly thick white cloth over them that's kind of blending in well to the snowy terrain on the mountain right now.
Sure. I'll just very obviously, like, right at him, give him a big wave.
At that point, you'll notice kind of a movement underneath the hood of probably ears perking up at this point as they'll kind of slowly stand up at this point and wave back at you at this point. As they'll kind of like gesture towards you. To come
You're
towards
just
them.
You're just the charmer, Vinny.
People seem to enjoy coming in to have a good conversation with my folk. I enjoy it. I like talking. Come on, over this way.
Oh, okay. I just can't believe you guys can see all these things.
Yeah,
Well,
Rave.
clearly they're right there.
No, they weren't hot. Rezo, did you see them?
No.
No, see?
It helps. I've got the elevation. It helps a little bit.
Yeah,
Be able
that's
to
true.
see.
Rave, at this point, you're kind of dealing with like keeping your eyes covered because you have that burning sensation of the cold, and it's at that point where you're starting to get so cold that everything is starting to like turn that slight pinkish color.
Oh no.
I have never experienced that cold before. God, with a
Then you-
17, I'm not doing so well.
Then you've never experienced true cold.
I have not.
But yeah, at this point, you're kind of just dealing with like everything else at the moment to really just focus on in the environment.
Yeah.
But you continue marching forward at this point, and you all meet up to this not Bane, Shroud. Yeah, this tiger shroud at this point, wearing a somewhat thick white cloak.
Shroud.
Shroud, yes, a shroud wearing a white shroud. You're right, yeah. But they will actually remove it and kind of pull down the mask a bit, and as you'll see this individual.
Well, hello there,
Friendly
travelers.
face.
Nice to meet you. And what brings the Giantkin and his followers through these parts?
Oh, you should call them followers. Friends of mine,
Followers?
they are. We're
Yeah.
just on our way south.
I'm used to Giantkin being guides around these parts usually. Helping out folk that are lost.
Well, it seems like I'm the only one that tends to be able to see things around us, but
I don't know, maybe it's the height elevation.
that's
It's
what I
quite
keep
tall.
telling them. Name's Vinderbread. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
And this is Rezo, and this is Arlo, and Raven, Indrid.
What's your name?
I don't think I can say at the moment.
Why?
Not
Have you got your own tongue?
No, it's just we're allowed to speak with outsiders, but giving information, names, places, things like that is, seen as bad.
Can we give you a nickname or something? I like Stripey.
Stripey.
How about Strike for now?
Ooh, Strike? Alright. Strike is good.
But can I help you with anything like that? Not to sound rude, but even though I do see that you have someone of the Western tribe with you as well as a Giantkin, you're still outsiders, so
Oh, of course. I understand completely. The intent was to make our way south, and seeing as how, and is that smoke plume still like
You
visible?
you can see that smoke plume clearly at this point, which it's been another week, which it's you can still see a constant. I would say it's lessened at this point, but the large cloud is still just sitting above the volcano at this point.
Has it gotten any bigger?
I would say it's gotten slightly bigger at this point. It doesn't seem to be growing anymore from what you can tell, and I would say how close you guys are at this point, and plus you're also climbing up a peak at this point. You would notice at some spots on the mountain, even though far away, you can see a slight glow to it.
What
What
color
color
glow?
glow?
Like orange or?
I would say like an orangish red glow.
Okay.
Okay.
Lava.
Right. Well, yeah, we were heading south, and the original intent was to go kind of go down through the pass, but that volcano, is it called, that's been erupting, seemed best not to go near that thing. So
Yeah, we noticed it, but it's so far out of our domain.
Hard to
Not
miss.
much care for- Yes, but nothing for us to worry about, for now at least.
So, all that explained, the intent for us, if you don't mind, was just to kind of make our way through so that we could head southwards.
Well, if that's all it is, then I could help you a bit of ways, or at least give you an idea of the pathing.
Oh, good.
Though I should warn you, these mountains are inhabited by some very dangerous creatures. Wyverns, drakes, things of that sort.
Drakes and Wyvern.
Have we seen wyverns before?
Most of you know, Rezo, you have seen a wyvern before. You've actually been over in this area before on your forced hunt.
Yes.
And what pray tell are those things that you just mentioned?
Dragonkin. One is a winged beast with a dreaded tail with a stinger on it. And the other one is a large hound-like creature that can burrow into rock.
Well, that does not sound good at all.
No, but they're good eating. Especially if you mix in the wyvern venom into the meat when you cook it.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
Really?
Okay, so there's just keep this on the down low, but a couple forts over,
I'm going to get down.
there's this guy. He's able to make this really good whiskey with the wyvern venom. Has a hell of a kick to it.
I mean, I was with you for a bit because normally creatures can't poison themselves, but adding it to liquor just seems foolish.
You know, people get bored in the mountains and they make odd things, and if they survive, well, it's good alcohol, though.
If you say so.
Well, I would appreciate any help to find the trails and all that. That's mighty kind of you.
Of course. That would be easy enough. The sooner you get out of our hair, the better.
Here.
Yes. And I think you could appreciate the same, especially with the smaller individual.
Yes, of course. He's useful, but the snow. We had to talk the other day about things dragging in the snow and all that. I wouldn't want to have to be there all the time. Weird. Anyways, how's everything else been going in the territory? Been a long time since I've been around here.
Quiet, for the most part. Every so often having a bit of troubles with outsiders coming from the south. But besides that, nothing much. Actually, recently got a couple of your kin here.
As he points over to Rave.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bunch of fancy individuals.
That sounds about right. Are they currently enjoying your hospitality?
No, they couldn't pass the trial. They wanted to stay inside the one of the forts for the night. It was an easy test to stay in, but none of them wanted to brawl.
Oh, okay. well, now you see, cozy night with a brawl to get me in. I think I'd be down for that. I think we should do that. I'm down for that. Can I do that?
So you're actually an interesting one. All I heard, the lions are all a bunch of softies that prefer pillows and fine items.
Well, who doesn't like that? I mean, come on. I'm sure you'd like some fine fluff to lay on. Who doesn't like the luxuries? Speaking of luxuries, I have a really nice luxury. You should try this. I found this recently, and I pull out the plate of deliciousness. It can make anything really delicious. It's great. Let me. I'll do like what I would assume something another cat would like a lot.
Okay. You make like a small pastry that's stuffed with a bit of meat. And he tries it. Let me roll something.
You know, it tastes good, but I'm not a real fan of the, sweet and savory things. I'd rather have a nice salty piece of meat.
All right, salty piece of meat. Redo.
You create like a cracker with like a slice of salami and cheese on it.
I would not doubt. I like that. Sounds really good. So.
As he takes it.
No, that's a bit better. Don't really care for the other things, but that's some nice meat. Right
Okay.
there.
I also know some really good spices too. Do you like a little hot spice?
Now you're talking.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's make it a little red.
As he like brings his arm around your shoulder.
If you really have some nice things like that, you should really come by the fort for the night. It's getting a bit late.
I think it's great. Wait. What do we do about them though?
A big guy could brawl. I feel like the hound could also brawl.
Now,
Not
when you say brawl, some of us are a bit more, and Arlo will just do a little minor illusion to create a magic circle around his hand. Magically inclined, is that encouraged, discouraged, killed on sight? What are we talking?
That's a bit rude to kill someone on sight for using magic, but if it's a fist fight, you shouldn't be casting, a bunch of magic bullshit.
It could we possibly have a
We don't want to be a bunch of jaguars here.
Oh, could we possibly could I spar with someone else who's magically inclined instead? Maybe they'd like to have a go of, a test of skill or what?
Not to sound rude and all, but you seem like a more mature individual, but I feel like most of the others would classify you as kind of a child because of your size. Which children don't need to brawl.
Oh, I'll take that. Nope, no, we don't.
I am child now.
Goo goo.
That minor's illusion, a bit like a more younger face.
Yeah, just get the bonnet on his head.
Yeah.
Well then. If that's the case, follow me.
Great.
Always great to have a bit of company around and just to brawl around with. And you have fine spices. And we got plenty of meat there to add on to it.
Oh, great. Excellent. Yeah. I think this makes wonderful garnishes.
So, eventually you guys are kind of led to this point by Strike. Or Stripe. Is it Stripe or Strike that we agreed upon?
You said strike. Yeah.
Strike, okay. As you're kind of being led by Strike to the fort at this point. And as you make your way towards it and get a lot closer and more in view of it, and, the snowfall isn't blocking your sight, you can notice the fort itself is very similar design, though the bridge itself has pretty much been changed to be a regular walkway. They made it much more sturdier. They kind of blew open the entryway to make it more accessible for larger cattle and things to be brought in, as well as the entirety of the walls surrounding it are painted in vibrant colors.
It
Very
seems you
different.
seems you like to appreciate something to break up the monotony.
It's nice.
Right.
All you get to see is your cold colors. Having some bright things to warm up the soul is always nice to
Oh, yeah.
have. That and some liquor and you have a great time.
Arlo,
the-
what? Arlo will actually reach into his bag and sort through some of his paintings, and he's going to pull out a painting of one of the sunrises of the Mythclaw village with very warm tones of like the pinks and oranges of a sunrise, and he's going to say, would you appreciate something like this?
Ooh, the chief might like that. You might get yourself lucky there, small one.
Yeah, look at that, Arlo.
Oh,
Your artistry's paying off.
The title on the painting is Before the Storm.
Now the question is, was that decided before everything happened or after?
Oh, it was before. He had a
I
few
see.
mornings where he got up at dawn and just appreciated the quiet village life.
Well then.
At this point, as you're being led by a strike up to the fort at this point, he kind of like waves in as you can see what looks to be a couple guards with somewhat large pikes by their sides at this point as they kind of wave in at this point, and they kind of stop you for a second, and as he kind of discuss in a somewhat odd tone, Rave, roll me a history check.
History. Am I good at history? Bet
I
it's
don't
not.
know.
No, 0.
0.
The answer is going to be a 3.
Okay then. So yeah, like you don't recognize the language at all. Like you've heard it before, you know that much, but you can't put your finger on it. You're assuming it was something you were told like probably to look out for in your studies, but you're like, this shit ain't important.
Yeah, I passed out. I sleep. Who cares?
But yeah. It takes a few moments, but you're all brought into the fort at this point.
Okay then. So this is how it's gonna work. You, and you.
As he points at pretty much everybody but Arlo.
You're gonna have to wait here. Well, not really wait, but get your things, set them up. Get ready for the night. And when the sun begins to set, we'll have a feast and a brawl.
Oh, sounds great. I'm all for this. I think we'll just set up over there.
Doesn't matter if you win or lose, you're still able to stay the night, but as long as you're willing to give the entertainment, it's gonna be a hell of a time.
Oh, yes. I think this is great. Finally, we're out of the woods.
Man, seems like Rave should have been born a tiger.
Destiny debated it, but it did not happen.
Okay then. So is there anything you're doing in the fort while pretty much they're getting prepped at this point? They're pretty much leaving you alone at this point, as there is a stable on the inside of the fort that you're able to put your mounts in.
Oh yeah. Rave's gonna cast Aid at 4th level on himself. Who needs it? Probably. I'm guessing Rezo and who's
Okay
this?
then. So it only works on 3 people, correct?
Yeah.
So that's up to you who you want to do it. It probably would be better to do it on the well, I guess all of you are squishy.
Okay, alright. He's going to do Aid on himself, Rezo, and Indrid, but then he's going to do Aid at 3rd level, and he's going to cast that one on Arlo, Vinny, and I guess
Limelight.
Well, I was going to give it to our goblin, who luckily it goes unnoticed for the most part.
Well,
he's not a child.
Here's the thing. Feek is inside of a bag right now with his head poking out, and nobody can see his head, so he's just looking around like, what the fuck's going on?
Just in case. I feel like, yeah, we'll do Feek.
His head has stayed invisible the entire month of travel you guys been doing.
Bless him
Wow.
and his invisible.
Peek. Bite anyone who tries to steal from us.
They open up the bag, the headless goblin jumps out at them.
Pretty effective.
Alright, so Vin
I'll
to get
fucking
plus
teach
10.
That's pretty terrifying. Oh no, they pulled out our cursed goblin body.
Oh no.
So Vin and Arlo, you guys are plus 10, but me and the rest, we are 15. Plus 15.
Okay then, so how that will work for the brawling is if any of you roll a 1, you get to re-roll it.
Ooh.
Nice.
I like it. I'm probably going to be rolling a few 1s, so that's good. We
I'll
got the
laugh.
halfling feat.
But yeah,
Wants to fight taller.
But like the original fort, at this point, it has the overhang, which pretty much blocks any snow from getting into it at this point. But it's pretty well lit up, like unlike the last one. And they pretty much have everything set up outside for a proper feast at this point. But they've also set up a circle for all of you to entertain the rest with. And at this point, you'll see the familiar individual strike at this point, as he is going to be entering the ring at this point, and he's going to be pointing at Rave.
Oh, we do it now. Now? All right, now. Here we go.
Of course, you always beat the shit out of somebody before you eat.
Oh, I get the honor of going first. Okay, well, what do we do?
It's pretty simple. Nothing below the belt, but besides that, you can throw people around, you can punch the shit out of them, but no killing, of course, and, no clawing.
No, of course not. No.
But, yeah, besides that, anything goes.
As he punches you. As that's a natural 20.
Oh,
Hey.
So, that is his attack for the first round. You get to roll yours. So how it's going to work is it's going to be an athletics check.
Oh, goody.
Each round. And he rolled a 20 plus 3.
Well, 16, so...
Yeah. So, yeah, he pretty much explains rules to you, and then pretty much gets that cheap shot on you as he just punches you straight in the face, getting a pretty solid hit on you.
So, yeah, besides that, everything's good to go at this point. So, yeah, let's get to it.
I didn't think you'd be so scared and intimidated by me to do a cheap shot. Do I roll again?
Yep.
Okay, sorry. 15.
15, and he rolled a 13, so yeah. He beats you by 1 as you pretty much give him a solid hit again, which you punch into him. You didn't really look at first, but you hit him into the chest. He takes it pretty well, and then he gives you another solid hit to the chest as well at this point. Though you're kind of lucky you used that 8 at this point, because that first hit kind of fucking took it out of you a little bit.
And this is my expertise proficiency.
And with that, the third round.
22.
Okay, then as pretty much, you seem like you could do a solid punch as he goes in for another one. And what do you do as he goes into for a kind of a wider punch that's predictable at this point?
I mean, if he goes with a wide hook, I think Rave's gonna probably do a thing where he'll try to just let it go past him to the point that when it finally swings by, he'll do an uppercut just underneath.
Okay, then. So you kind of move in and just do an uppercut right after he overextends himself, getting a solid blow at this point. And with that, one last round.
Now we're cooking. Here we go. One last round. Oh no. Make it big 17.
Okay, and that's a 7 on his part. So you get a solid blow at this point. As pretty much he gives you a solid punch and you give him a solid punch. Both of you are feeling pretty sore at this point. You can keep on going if you want to, or you can stop it here, though.
No. We don't go till someone drops.
Oh, okay then. Good to see that you're not, weak.
Fuck the weakness! 20!
Okay, then, as pretty much he goes in for another swing as you just grab him by the wrist and just give him another uppercut. As you just knock him to the ground at this point.
Oh! Are we down for the count? Did we go to 1? 2?
He's laying there. He's pretty dazed at the moment. He was not expecting to just get that solid jab.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10! There it is! 10! I win.
Fuck. You hit hard.
I do hit hard. And you hit great. Extend a hand. Come on up.
As he takes your hand and gets up. That was a good one.
Yeah. You get first selection on what you want on the dish of deliciousness.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Whoever wants to fight somebody else, get into the ring.
And at this point, a large tiger shroud walks into the ring at this point, and they look over towards you at this point, Vin.
Oh, Vinny, I think he's got eyes for you.
And they point over at you.
They all do.
You do it, Vinny.
As
Do
you
it,
see
Vinny.
this individual inside the ring.
Oh
Oh
Jesus!
shit, Vinny. Oh shit, Vinny. I'm sorry.
Sweet Jesus! All right. This sounds like.
You're definitely taller than him, though. He's a lot beefier than you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we should make this fair. I should make the cat taller.
It's the heft versus the height.
Yeah, man, just grab him by the scruff of his neck like a kid.
Just hold your
Oh,
arm
just
out.
like that. No worries, right?
Okay, then.
Oh, this will be fun.
Okay, at this point, this guy is just gonna get straight up to it, and he's just gonna run up to you and go for a solid swing. So roll your athletics check for the round.
Ooh, I do have.
And with that, let's switch to something more along these lines.
No more crows?
I'll just roll a game so we don't have to fuck around with it too much.
Yeah.
I started with an 8.
Sorry, with an 8, he got a solid 15 plus 4, so yeah, he gives you a solid punch to the gut at this point.
Expecting someone bigger to have a little bit more heft to themselves.
Oh, I do. You just got me in it. Hold on. All right. Now we can do this again.
Oh no.
As you pretty much go into swing at him, overextending yourself. That's a little bit loud. But as you go to swing, kind of overextending yourself a little bit, he kind of just like waits for your arm to pass by, and he's so fast in comparison to you as he just goes for a straight punch to the jaw as he rolled an 18 plus 4.
Oh. Ouch.
Didn't he reach?
That was impressive.
This individual seems
I've
pretty
been traveling for like a couple of months. A little Okay.
Oh, come on, stop your bitching and actually hit me.
Sure. Anything goes, you said, right?
Just not below the belt.
Oh.
Oh shit! And he rolled a 4. So pretty much he so what do you do?
After an uppercut to the jaw, if yeah, okay. Stretch it out a little bit, and whack! I'm just gonna go for the old right hook.
You go for a right hook. He kind of tries to get out of the way, but he underestimates your reach, as he pretty much gets clocked across the face. He's gonna spit to the ground with a bit of blood.
That was a fucking solid hit.
Hey, it's been a long time.
Well then, see that you're not as weak as you look. Let's go at this again.
And so, can I like run up and like literally run up into the air, elementally wise, and then just elbow drop?
You could. You could do that if you want to.
Absolutely.
You could drop if you wanna.
Gonna crack the floor.
So while doing it, I can only use my movement, so I might have to like skip a turn, but it's totally worth it.
Okay, then I'm imagining thematically, like you kind of like run up and then you do a couple steps into the air and then you kind of just go drop onto him.
Yeah.
Okay, then roll your athletics check with advantage.
Cannonball!
Okay.
22.
And I'll roll for him. Okay, then. So you beat him by 2 points at this point. As he kind of was getting ready for you, and he kind of just like moves up and runs to you and goes for the strike as you just begin running up into the air. As you pretty much go up into the air a bit and just kind of do a dive towards him.
Nobody else has done any kind of magic in this ring or anything else, right?
No.
Okay, I won't then.
As you kind of like land on him at this point, as he kind of like gets up from that one.
I see. So you got a bit of skill under those feet of yours. Well then, let me show you what I got.
At this point, as pretty much he steps back a little bit and gets into a bit of a stance at this point, and you can see his arms actually begin to ignite into blue flames at this point.
Yeah.
Jesus, really?
Yeah. And with that, I'm going to need you to roll a athletics check with disadvantage on this round.
What was?
Actually, he'll roll with advantage. You will just do a regular roll.
No.
6.
Oh. That's a 1. You get to re-roll the 1.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, you do get to re-roll the 1.
Good call, AJ.
Would that be the 22, or does he need to roll again?
Re-roll.
Oh, worth a shot.
No.
Wow.
So, damn. You want to know the funny thing? Even if I gave you the 22, he still beats you by like 4 points.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, so even the 24.
Yep. So, he, as you pretty much go in for the swing at this point, as pretty much he just kind of almost disappears in a spark of blue flame at this point, as he just shows up behind you, as he just kicks you in the side of the head.
Ooh, that looks hard.
So, like that, I guess, huh?
Of course. You do it, I'll do it.
Fucking A, man. Alright. I'll go back at it, and I think at this point, there's a lot of things I could do when it comes to magic, but
Here's the thing, you can continue doing like the flying step for a couple rounds, can't you?
oh shit, yeah, I can do that for 3 rounds.
So yeah, it would still be up at this point if you want to use it.
So, yeah,
Do
I
an
will
axe
do-
kick.
Okay then. This fight just got a lot more intense at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. So, okay then. And that is a tied roll. At this point,
Okay.
as pretty much you go for the flying kick once again towards him at this point, but he actually kind of does a bit of a flip and kicks you out of the way.
You know, shit, Vinny's getting really good.
Like your buddy Strike is just like sitting there. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking great.
This is really fun. I'm gonna come down for one more.
Do a kick, Vinny! Do a kick!
On that 21.
Okay, that is a 17 plus 4 on his side.
21.
So another shared roll. At
Oh,
this
man.
point, as pretty much you guys have another solid clash again, as pretty much as you use the element of air to flow around you to give you a little bit more leverage and speed, and he uses the flames around him to just add a little bit more flair and spark to his attacks.
I'm gonna do this afterwards. Cause that's fun.
Oh, cool. You got a bit of flames of yourself. Let me show you this.
As he begins to combine a bit of the flames into his hand and brings them together.
Oh Jesus.
I hope you're ready for what's about to happen.
As he releases the flames towards you, as it almost looks like a ball of fire is about to explode. As from it, make your roll.
Athletics.
Yep.
If it's actual fire, I got resistance now.
Mm-hmm.
Fire shield.
Athletics anywhere.
Ooh, good roll.
Okay then, that is a 17 plus 4 for him. So yeah, you beat him just barely though. As pretty much he sends out this ball of flame towards you, as you almost think as the point it's about to explode, it bursts open as a large blue tiger jumps out towards you. But you luckily dodge it with your flames, and he comes in for a side attack as you're distracted, but you're luckily able to move out of the way.
You want to actually stop dodging and actually hit?
Back to basics. I'm just gonna like flaming fist now. Just start going ham now.
Okay then.
Okay. No more fancy tricks.
Let's see what he gets.
At this point, I'm totally okay losing. By the way,
That's a 10.
Oh no.
And that's an 18 plus 4.
No!
So You barely beat him. So pretty much at this point, he's doing some pretty fast swings, and you're luckily keeping yourself protected with that flame shield, as well as luckily being able to dodge out of the way for the first time, comfortably being able to say that you're able to dodge fire. As you're pretty much moving out of the way, dodging, ducking, weaving, and then what do you do to finish him off at this point? As he's going in for a solid swing towards your abdomen.
I'm gonna turn into a bear. A fired shield bear, like, because that's gonna stick with. So
as he's
gonna be,
going
like,
in,
blue flames coming off of a.
so as he's going in for the jab, as your blue flames are beginning to absorb it, and he's going for that impact for the flesh, going for a solid strike towards you, as you just turn into a bear and just slap him across the face. As you knock him down to the ground at this point.
Get like up on hind legs and just give out a like big ass fucking roar.
As he's down on the ground at this point, looking up at you.
I'll pop right back out of it and do the same thing, just to extend a hand.
Oh, that's Vinny. That's my boy.
So what's your name?
The name's Vin, and I'll tell you what, I haven't had that much fun in months.
Same here. And if you ever pass by again, you're gonna stop by my fort at any time.
Wait, his fort? Is that the chief?
Is that his
Sorry,
fort?
is that the chief?
Holy shit. Okay.
He does have Domo in the title.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like we could
Oh,
make
you get this kind of good entertainment every night?
white words above their head like MMORPGs.
Yeah,
Oh,
they don't have the heads of their names, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a little exclamation mark on top of it.
But at this point, as you look him over at this point, you notice he has very fine clothes and also a few noticeable pieces of jewelry of gold and silver and platinum all over him.
But yes, I'm the chieftain of this fort. Warlord, whatever the hell you want to call it. That was one hell of a fight, Vin.
Shit, maybe not again so soon. Couple of days to, you
Hey, if you
quite punch yourself,
whenever we want to fight again, I'll be ready for it.
Good times, good times.
Come sit with me at my table.
Ooh, we need
Will
some
do.
treatment.
And at this point, who wants to go next at this fight?
So, Indrid, which one?
That depends. Can I persuade you to allow me to do acrobatics instead of athletics?
Considering the entire fight of a monk versus a air druid was all athletics, I'm gonna say no.
All right, +0. I'll go next.
Okay then.
Know the beating you're about to take and just
Yep, I'm fucked.
Okay then. So pretty much as you walk into the ring, you can see this somewhat younger tiger step into the ring at this point. You would assume probably close to your age, 19-ish, possibly, somewhere around there. Not as beefy as some of the other ones, but notably stronger at this point. Roll your round of attacks.
All right.
Go, Rizzo.
I will start humming my song.
Okay then.
And here goes.
I will allow you advantage on your attacks at that point.
Okay.
Bam.
16.
Oh, solid 16.
Okay, and that's a 19 from the kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So you go for the hum at this point, and he just goes for the solid jab to the chest. Not going for anything fancy, just a solid punch.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, Rizzo, you can do better.
Don't punch people.
But
You can punch him.
I stab people in the back.
Dig down.
I cut their
Face your
throats
instincts.
and shoot them with magic.
Go to your core.
you know what? Fuck it. There was magic in the last fight, so I'm not going to feel bad about doing that.
Yeah, really.
This poor kid.
I'm not going to, magic missile him or anything. I'll just Misty Step behind him and go for, the back of the neck chop.
Okay then. Since you already have advantage, I'll give him disadvantage on his roll.
Since he's
Okay.
pretty much going to go for an attack, and you just disappear on him.
If they ask, I just moved really fast. 10! Great!
So you want to know something funny? He rolled a 13,
At
and he doesn't
disadvantage.
have any pluses.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
great.
god.
So he kind of goes for like the jab as you disappear, and kind of just like from watching the last round, he kind of just goes for like a kind of a side swing from behind him,
Yeah.
and he kind of just he doesn't get a solid strike on you, but he does catch you kind of like on the nose a bit.
See if I have any other spells.
Wobbles, help him.
Wobbles.
Nah, I'm gonna enjoy this shit.
Does fist count as a melee weapon?
No.
No.
It's unarmed.
Unarmed.
They changed it in the most recent update. It's now just
Really, I wanted to do that too.
it's its own like category now.
All right, so no green flame blade punch to the face. Instead, I'll just get really big.
Oh,
Trying to squish
that
him.
gives you a D4 to strength checks.
Okay,
It
so
does?
Yeah, right there.
you'll-
Advantage. Oh no, sorry, that's weapons.
That's the damage.
advantage on
That's,
strength.
that's for
Advantage to
damaging.
strength check, though. Yep.
So this is what I'll do because you're already humming and you have that active. You'll have a regular roll at this point, but you get the extra D4.
Okay. I don't know if that's better. I don't think.
You're bigger, so you're easier to hit at this point, and he's been hitting you pretty well lately.
That's
Oh,
Hell
You
yeah.
know, it doesn't really matter. Like he rolled an 18, but yeah, you get him as pretty much as you get enlarged, as he's like expecting this, and he's like, "Fuck this guy! I'm gonna take out his legs," and then you just punt him.
that's it. That's digging deep there, Rizzo. Go for it. Build the
I feel
momentum.
good about this fight.
He was not. The kid was not expecting the Wolfman to just grow larger. As he's just gonna get up and just run towards you and go for another attack.
Use his force against him, Rizzo.
Is that's a 10 from him?
D4. Motherfucker!
Oh no, Rizzo, no.
As pretty much he's running towards you at this point, and you're kind of going for like a kind of like I wouldn't say a smack, but you're trying to going for a wide blow at this point. And he luckily uses your side against you as he kind of like slides past your legs and kind of kicks one of them while doing that.
Yeah.
You have one more round. Let's see if you can take it back in your favor or lose at this point. As I'm rolling now.
Come on, Rizzo.
Oh.
Rizzo.
Give him inspiration.
Oh yes, hey, Rizzo, you got this. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Inspiration.
Is that a D10?
I forgot about that. Yes. Yes.
Oh, good. Thank
I
you.
can
Wait,
do
there's
that
a bard in the party.
I think it's D8.
It's a D8? Okay. So that's, I'm still big. So, motherfucker.
Oh
All right,
my
D4.
God.
So
And then a D8?
So with
Because
that
of the
D4, you beat him because he rolled
Oh
a
my God.
4 as well.
Oh my God.
This is a terrible fight.
As,
Why make me go after
as
Vinny?
at this point, as you're kind of like on your knees at this point, is like you're just kind of like walking on your knees towards him as you're kind of just like trying to punch him as he's rolling out of the way, and you just like get him on the chest. We need like some more comedic music than this action music going on.
Wait,
on.
so that whole fight where he was punching me with them blue fists, Rave, you could have been helping me out with your words, and you just like,
You didn't need it, Vinny. You didn't need it. You
You
leaping
didn't
in
need
the
it.
air and then fire.
I
Rizzo's
kill
getting
people
beaten
when
by
they're
a
not
baby.
looking. Arlo next.
I mean, Arlo does like seem much more engaged now, seeing that people are actively using magic to enhance themselves.
Do you all have anything in athletics, Arlo?
I have something I can do.
Oh. Yeah, so is that the end of my fight? Can I stop embarrassing myself?
Yeah. Yeah,
just sort of like-
your fight's over at this point. As like at this point, the chieftain just sees this like sad display of a fight, and like everybody's just starting to feel bad. He's like,
Okay. Pass it
I'll
off.
run down.
Shake the kid's hand and be like, I'll be over here. Immediately grab a bottle.
Bad, right? It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay then. And at this point, Indrid.
I lean into strike and I go, cats beat dogs.
Right.
Cats rule and dogs rule.
Yeah, exactly.
As let's see, let me roll to see who jumps in the ring against you.
Indrid will strip to his pants, take off his pointy boots and shirt, and he will hand his hat to... Who's got eyes on me? What bar wench?
Oh, you're going
Apparently, the one you're fighting.
Oh, she's not getting my hat.
Oh no, that's
I'll hand it to Arlo.
Yeah, as this individual jumps in the ring against you at this point.
Right.
I just realized I didn't even get a picture.
You didn't. I rolled and you got random individual. Which is lucky because you had your best chance against them since they have no pluses to their strength. And you still, you didn't lose, but you didn't win. So I guess it's kind of a loss. But yeah, this individual is jumping into ring to go against you, Indrid.
I think she's really
All right, lass.
Maybe play on your charm.
You know, most of the ladies are, mate. I go for a cheap attack.
Okay.
Also, I have Rakish Audacity, which allows me. I'll just.
Oh, right.
Essentially, I get to add my sneak attack if I'm 1v1ing. Yep.
Okay. I will.
So how do you want to run that?
I will give you advantage on each one of your athletics check because of that.
Okay, and they are athletics.
Mhm.
Okay. 22.
Okay then. And she rolled a 17 and she has a +3. So, yeah. So, yeah, you go for that cheap shot. She tries to block it, but you're a lot faster than she expected at this point.
Oh, looks like you took a page out of your book, Strike.
Well then. I guess you have to die now.
You want the first woman to tell me that, lass?
As she rolls a 19.
It's 3?
22.
Alright, I got a 21.
Oh, no.
As pretty much she goes for a solid blow to the gut at this point.
First of all, I don't have a gut. I have Jesus on the cross abs. Thank you very much.
Okay then. She punches your abs inwards. Kind of like bubble wrap.
Oh, you can do it, Indrid. I know you can beat her. Inspiration to Indrid.
Holy shit.
Don't waste it now. Don't waste it now.
You got a 20?
No, I got a 20 total.
Oh, 20 total? Okay, she's got a... You rolled a 19 again, so yeah. You have a D8.
Okay.
That's a 22 against
Nope.
you.
Nope.
No.
You'll take it?
But he could have... Oh.
Okay, so as she goes in for another strike, she actually kind of does a feint and then kicks you in the side.
Happens to the best of us.
Holy shit.
God damn it.
That's a natural 20 on my
21.
side.
Oh, bitch.
Well,
As she goes
can
for the...
I face step as she goes in for the blow?
I will give her disadvantage for that. What did you originally roll?
21.
21? Okay, so she rolled a 15 on her second roll. So you beat her that time.
I just want to whip her across the face with my tail as she goes passing by as I sidestep.
Ooh, that's good, Indrid. Use your tail. Trip her up. We don't have as many dexterous tails.
So then you have tricks up your sleeve. Easy enough to deal with.
The trick
At
was
this
in his
point,
pants, dear, but that's all right.
at this point, her hands, but only her hands, will ignite into a similar blue flame. At this point,
Oh shit! Is that the daughter of the chief?
That.
Yep.
Indrid, you might need to take a dive.
as holy shit, that's another 19 for her. So I'll roll again since advantage. Nope, 14. So 19 plus 3. Another 22 on her.
Perhaps your D8 could save you.
Actually, say that is it to the chieftain? Is it any relation there?
Yeah. That's me daughter.
Well, it looks like you taught her well.
Oh, I didn't taught her shit.
Oh shit.
That's kind of just the blood.
I use command.
Oh, okay then. I gotta go into her stats now. Hold on, give me a second. Is that a wisdom or a charisma save?
Wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
then.
luckily,
Wisdom.
there's no somatic, so no magic circles appearing anywhere. It's just some voice.
It's just like, what is your command?
Concede.
Oh boy. She's gonna actually have advantage on that because that has some implications right there. And what's your DC?
15.
Okay, she rolled a 17, luckily. That would have been bad if she did that.
Oh,
Alright.
you brought shame upon her. Dishonor on you.
Dishonor on you,
Dishonor on
cow!
you.
So, yep, you got it.
Good then.
Alright.
But yeah, she gets that solid hit on you again. And I believe that's 3 solid hits in a row, correct?
On a row, I think. Because we had the reroll that I won.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I've taken a lot of hits.
Yeah. We'll roll one more time and see where it goes then. Looking in her favor.
Alright. $19.
Oh, do you need to D8 it?
Okay then, and she she got a 16.
Oh god, it's a tie.
Okay, I'll use the D8. To take mine up to a... What is that? 22?
Okay, just barely beating her from that fight at that point.
I think it's fair to say it's a stalemate.
Yeah, at this point you kind of are hitting each other at this point, but you're luckily dexterous enough and also kind of you're good at taunting people. So you kind of like get her to strike at you when you know you can dodge out of the way, but she gets still a couple good blows in you and you get a couple good blows at her. But it eventually comes down to both of you eventually pretty much collapsing.
That's usually my experience with women.
Mutual collapse.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Light up a cigarette at the end and call it a day.
Pull out my pipe.
While laying on the ground.
I'll stand, give a flourishing bow, and spit out some blood.
What color's the blood?
I don't fucking know.
I would imagine his blood is like more of on the darker side, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's still red, but it's like so like dark that you can almost think it's black at times. But yeah. But the fight finishes up, and she seems a little bit pissed off as she kind of just leaves the ring disappointed at this point.
Blow her a kiss.
She ignores the hell out of you at this point.
All right, that's good job, Indrid. I mean, that's a great way to end it with a draw for the chieftain's daughter.
I'll lean over to the chieftain too and just be like, I'm kind of impressed because Indrid over there has held his own against far bigger, far more deft foes than what seems to. Yeah.
Good to hear. Disappointing that she lost, though. seems like she's not ready yet.
I mean, to be fair, I usually have a sword.
You do usually have a sword, and you usually, if somebody hits you, blast the hell out of them with fire.
I was playing fair. Royalty respects royalty. You know how it is.
But either way, the festivities are over. Everybody enjoy your meals, and I hope...
Arlo's gonna
Wait.
Arlo is gonna end up in the center of the ring.
Gonna visually imagine Arlo like
He's gonna take off his
hobbling
glasses
on in.
and just kind of buff him up and put him in his pocket.
I'm gonna pull out my violin, which I have, and start playing a very dramatic sound as he approaches and stares out at the crowd.
Ah, crap! I wish I saved inspiration for him.
You and your low stats.
They're spread. They're spread.
I can make you taller.
A little bit.
Yep, and Arlo just kind of starts sort of limbering up, shaking up a little bit. Does like a little shadow boxing, and then
Does anybody
stretch it out?
Does anybody wish to fight the small old one?
Let's see.
As he says, small.
Oh. Give me what effect you do.
Speaking of wild tables.
Oh my god, what? Did you anti-gravity, everyone?
Good thing we're inside, boys.
We're not inside! We're in an overhang!
Yeah. So what does that one do? As you're playing the violin and you cast Spook.
Well, I assume that we fall upwards.
It does track.
It does track. I'm just wondering if it does anything else besides, that.
Well,
Like,
what comes up must come down. Let me pull
Oh
up.
my god.
Yeah, I don't got Featherfall.
I do.
Please.
Oh, goody.
The
I'll be
music
all right.
sounds spot on for now. I'll polymorph myself if I need to.
I mean, I like the violin choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
I'm impressed that he can keep playing it while he's falling upwards.
Oh yeah, no, totally. I'm intensely staring after the chieftain's daughter as well.
I'm imagining you're not. Everybody else falls, but you.
No shit. I wonder who could have been the culprit.
I'm trying to pull up the.
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. I think I just found it. Yeah, there we go.
I have a question. Would any of Vin's wild magic procced during that last fight?
Oh,
Ooh, that's
we are out of the
roll.
woods. I thought it was just the woods.
Yeah, elemental one. We're good.
Bro,
It was only the one spell I think that I cast.
You cast, your whatever was
Fire
walking
shield.
around and then your fire shield.
The walking one isn't a spell. It's
Alright.
a circle thing.
Ah, okay.
Okay then. So everybody within a 10d10. Yes. Including yourself, falls upwards 1d10 feet into the air.
Okay, not too bad. It's just a little jump.
33 feet.
So, I'm going to play with this a little bit more. While doing this, everybody begins to float slowly upwards as Indrid plays the violin.
It's only 1 foot. Ooh.
No, this is great. Now it's even more
That's pretty
dramatic.
good. That's great. Dude.
So everybody but Arlo, I'll say, inside the ring is floating at this point. And you know what? Let me roll to see who
Intently
jumps in the
staring.
ring.
Well, this is weird. Everything cool though.
Okay, so Arlo, you got another random individual, luckily.
Oh, that's too bad for them.
At this point, as everybody's floating at this point, as I'm assuming just everything in the radius is just floating as Indrid, you're playing the violin.
Oh yeah, I'm still just very furiously staring at everyone.
Some of the individuals look terrified. The chieftain seems entertained at this point.
I'm liking
Is
the
he
zero
floating
gravity.
As
This individual is going to start running up towards you, Arlo, and go for a kick.
All right.
Little asshole.
No chance to see who goes first.
Huh?
No chance to see who goes first. I'm pretty fucking dexterous.
Well, it's more of a roll an athletics check and who gets as many times in a row wins at that point.
Oh, well, I will tell you, I'm not rolling an athletics check. I will have someone do that for me as I drop to the ground, like Naruto Earth Jutsu style, place my hands on the ground, and suddenly I start to rise as my shadow suddenly starts to bubble and roil as I rise 1 foot, 2 feet, 4 feet into the air on top of the back of my Shadow Hound, which has the stats of a dire wolf.
Oh. Okay, then roll your athletics check with the dire hound at this point.
It gets a +3. So here we go. That's a 6 total.
I rolled a 2 with no pluses. So this you terrify the shit out of this guy as he comes running up to you, and this shit happens as you startle him, and then the thing pounces on him.
Yeah, and I'm just on the thing's back, like Princess Mononoke. And then before the next round, I'm going to cast Haste on the Hound.
Oh my goodness. Okay then. So you now had advantage whenever.
Who hurt you, man?
Not to be outdone.
Somebody said Arlo counted as a child, and he's like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna kick someone's ass."
All right, so advantage on athletics. That's going to be 21.
I rolled a 17 plus nothing, so you win.
Yeah, so at this point, the wolf is just like going back and forth, like blurs of motion streaks on the field of shadow, and you can just barely see Arlo's like snow white hair kind of as a highlight on this thing's back. And it's just like, it's almost doing that thing where like in anime where the guy goes up in the air and the blur just keeps going back and forth. Combo style.
Okay then. Let's roll one more time, though. It's pretty much you've won at this point.
That's a 22.
That's a 14. So you just continue doing that as this guy comes to the ground, and you just go for that another hit as pretty much the chieftain raises a hand to stop the fight.
And yeah, Arlo's still on top of his hound. Like they do that whole like landing where they just have to slide 20 feet before they stop. And both of them are just like heaving breaths. And Arlo's eyes, you guys notice, are pitch black at the moment.
Fucking kill him!
Oh, murder!
Arlo will. What can I do to have fun with this?
Perhaps we should have forewarned you. Arlo is a formidable.
Arlo, from the top of his hound,
Arcanist.
reaches his hand out, and as he does, his shadow of his hand reaches out and grabs onto the shadow of his opponent, and their feet fall
what the fuck?
1 foot into the ground. Actually, I do have to make an attack. This is my version of Ray of Frost. That's a 18 to hit. I assume hits.
Yes, it
So
does.
this, when he lands, his feet fall into his own shadow, and then as he falls back, his feet are just covered in frost, as that slows him down and does a little more damage.
Okay, cut it out. That's enough. The poor kid's got his whooping. Leave it at that.
I'm just gonna give myself a.
As everybody begins to float down slowly from their 1 foot in the air.
Oh. Well, that got the blood pumping, didn't it? You all right?
The individual is just like shivering. They don't know how to process what they just experienced. They're just kind of lying on the ground right now.
Pulls the big old spectacles.
They just got their ass kicked by a shadow hound that was moving as fast as a blur.
Right, mate. You won't be thinking that small people can't defend themselves now, will you?
That guy is probably terrified of halflings now. He probably believes all halflings can do that.
I would like to encourage that lie, if possible.
But yeah.
Well then, that was a wonderful fight. A bit sad to see the kid get beaten so poorly, but nonetheless great to watch. It was great. It was great festivities tonight, but before the food gets cold, everybody sit down and eat.
Someone told me about some booze with some like wyvern venom in them, something like that. You know, you heard of this stuff?
Yes.
I like a drink, but usually it takes a bit more than a simple mead to get me off my edges.
It's not really alcohol at that point. You're drinking a light poison, which is usually what most alcohol is, but, if you want to have it, I have some. You're big enough, you can handle it. You kicked my ass.
I hope so.
Okay, then.
I would like to brew one of my uses of good brew
Okay, then.
Oh.
and mix it with alcohol.
Okay,
Better
then.
brew.
It's better brew.
So you have a somewhat nutty coffee mixed with some sort of alcohol.
Yeah, like whiskey.
Okay, then.
Nice.
So you do that, and it takes a bit of time, but the chieftain will come back out with a somewhat nice casket. And he'll take it
Hold
out.
Casket or cask?
Cask. I said casket, didn't I?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I just wanted some wyvern drink.
I was about to say, this has escalated very
Um,
quickly.
Yes, the DM has misspoken. Cask of ale, not casket of ale.
I mean, if you get a drink,
You
go-
know what? Who needs, a tankard when you have a full-on casket? Yeah. Cask of ale, as he brings it out. My apologies.
It's funny.
As he brings it out towards you at this point. Okay, then. As he pours you, a tanker, pretty much.
I advise to sip. Don't try to shoot it all down at once.
I will take a giant-sized drink.
Okay, then. Normally a constitution saving throw. You'll have your advantage because of alcohol. Even though this is more of a poison.
Saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 4. Oh, good. 19.
Okay, then. As you kind of bring it down, usually alcohol has that kind of, or most have that somewhat dryness to it as it goes down your throat. It has that, but it's more of a clawing down your throat at that point. It's a somewhat very odd feeling and somewhat... you don't dislike it, but you don't enjoy it either. It's an unsettling feeling. But you pretty much take it down, and even with that roll, you're already starting to feel the effects of getting drunk.
Well, this tastes like shit.
Yeah, but it does the job.
It is indeed. Now I'm hungry. I'm just gonna walk.
Oh, there's plenty of food to eat.
I'm like already gone.
Yeah. Just munching on things.
Well then, the rest of you, come over here. Let's chat.
Okay.
So then, what brings you to these parts? Not too often we get a group of your collection.
Well, we've been travelling together for a while. Seems to suit us. We just finished up some business up in the Mythclaw, and now, well, we couldn't really go any further north, so south it is.
Makes sense. It's boring up there. Nice and quiet, but not much to do. So, looking for something interesting? There's quite a few good things to hunt up here if that's what you're looking for.
Oh, well, that sounds interesting, but I think our goal, there was this story of a very magical city very far to the south, far beyond any of the mountains, just along south of the Big Wood.
Ah, you're talking about the place where all the scrawny blue-eyed people come from.
Oh, is that where they come from?
Yeah, that's where the Revenant, that's right. Yeah. They pass by here so often, giving out knowledge, useful things, and that sort. But yeah, from what I've heard, that's where they're from, ish.
So
They're made of an alliance with an old god there.
With a god.
Yes, Beaumont, if I'm correct, the god of the sun.
Never heard of him.
Yes, he, I don't remember if he still rules it or if they have a giant statue on a throne there in his place, but yes. If I'm right, he was one of the... What was it? Was it the father? Maybe adopted father?
Oh, stepfather.
Possibly, Alishar.
Does that
He
mean
was a-
stepfather?
No, I'm trying to think. Caretaker? He was the one that the three sisters originally gained their powers from what I've heard.
Oh, he was their sugar daddy.
Right, mate, that's what I was thinking too.
Don't know what that is, but I guess so. I'm guessing they use sugar as currency where you're from.
Let it be written.
Let it be written.
But these Revenant, they seem a friendly sort. Encourage tourism.
Of course. They're usually always they're honestly too welcoming, if you want my opinion. They like people to be around. They like to teach them new things. They like to make sure everybody's well informed and all that stuff. They like talking a whole lot. We have an alliance with them, but damn, are they annoying when they show up.
I think it'd be better if you had business with a middleman, so to speak.
Middleman.
Like, I don't mind dealing with the chatters as much. But I don't think they're so into the brawling every night, are they?
No, but they always come and give gifts, which is appreciated. That's the one nice thing about the Revenant.
Which, by the way,
Wandering
have you
la-
tried this delectable dish right here?
Ooh.
Strike over here has had quite a few.
Strike is actually back at the other table still. At this point.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just saying. Strike's had quite a few, so he can, back me up on it. Arlo, didn't you have a gift?
Oh, that's right. And he'll go over into his bag and pull out the rolled sheet of parchment. So I'm a bit out of practice, but one of your friends over there seemed to think you had a bit of an eye for this type of thing.
He'll take the rolled up piece of parchment and unbind it and unroll it, and he'll take a look at it.
Not bad. We don't usually have too many people around these parts that can actually make pieces these nice.
Long before I, took up the travel life, that was sort of a thing I did.
Well then, it's nice.
You can keep it if you want. It's of the Mythcolor village. Sadly, that's about all it is left of it, except in memories, as it's undergone a rather devastating attack.
Yes, I heard word, not much, but something went on there, an attack of sorts. So you were there for that?
Aye.
Sorry if you lost anybody. Heard it was bad.
Surprisingly, none of our number, but quite a number of villagers were not as lucky.
Sad to hear. Good people. So then, trying to get out of this, kind of shitty situation, I'm guessing then.
Which situation are you referring to?
Well, considering you were there for the battle and all, I'm assuming you want to get out of the north to avoid the attacks that are probably going to come again.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the winter, but that also sounds terrible.
The winter's already here.
Oh,
So
we're fleeing south.
yeah.
Not as fast as the weather's moving in, but we're moving.
It would be nice back in the desert at this point, at this time of year.
Yes,
Well,
it is.
not with that volcano, I imagine.
It's nowhere near that volcano.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's way out of the distance, but either way, it's wet at this time of year. Actually kind of nice to be around. Not dry and unlivable at this point. So, desert might not be a bad place to go right now, considering everything.
What exactly are you doing here, by the way?
This is my home. This is our people's home.
You were born here?
Yes. Soon after the clans separated, the three kingdoms, the tigers, the lions, and the jaguars separated, our people found home in the Dragon Peaks. And we scavenged in the mountain range on the opposite side of the Titan Wilderness.
Well, I can say I absolutely miss having those who are willing to get rough and tumbled. We need more of those back south.
Yeah, from what I've heard, you have a bunch of softies where you are.
They like the finer things, but I mean, look at me. Look at Strike. Look what happened there.
Yeah, but he seemed like a little bit of an oddball.
No, just there are more who start to learn to appreciate the brawn as well as the brain, I guess. It's fine. It's just come down south sometime. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. It's gotten better.
I have to think on it sometime. I can't simply just leave this fort unattended. But maybe someday, when I no longer have to worry about it, this place. But that's a time for a later date. Now, we sit here and drink, and feast on some good food. So then, if you're heading south, we'll let you stay here for a bit and rest.
Oh, wonderful.
How long you wish for, since you've been traveling the wilderness for quite a while. And then we can easily get you some passage through a bit of the mountain. Luckily enough, there's a bit of a secret passageway through this fort. A bit of way through. It cuts a bit of time off.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Does it?
Day of rest here. Cut some days
If
off
you
on
want-
the journey.
If you want to have a day's rest here, you could stay longer if you want. You've been traveling for a while.
Or longer too. Longer's fine. I'm down for longer. You down for longer?
Well, I suppose we don't really have any urgent business.
Quite like it here, to be honest. 'Cause I'm near done with my poison drink.
Okay, then. At this point, you are far past tipsy and almost at the point of wasted. You're at that point where it's like, am I going to go into my second personality, or am I still good? Am I still me? I hope so. But
What
I'm
is
going to
second
keep on
personality,
sipping.
Vin?
Is it huggy Vin? Is it sad Vin?
It's
Angry Vin?
not on purpose.
Right now, it's pull any food off of somebody's plate that I can find, Vin.
If I'm right, we discussed this, but when Vin gets, like, truly wasted, you challenge everyone to everything, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, there's going to be lots of bets to be had.
Mhm.
Arm wrestling first.
It's like
Oh,
who
yes.
can stare the longest.
If you want to stay here for a bit, I don't mind. You seem like a good bunch of people. But yeah, either way.
Did he ever give us his name?
Oh, did I not give you that? My apologies.
Don't remember.
I'm the chieftain of this fort, Domo.
Origato.
By the way, I call him Strike because that's the nickname he went with. But is it okay if I ask Strike's name? I'd like to know the one who I fought so hard against to defeat.
Oh, meow?
Oh, It's. Say it again for me.
Now.
We're using our
Oh,
made-up names.
I thought I heard meow. Sorry.
I heard that too.
I heard meow.
It was supposed to be close to meow.
Oh, good. I'll
That was
remember
meow.
meow from now on.
Meow.
Meow's even worse
Meow.
though, because that's almost like nyai. Like the
I
Japanese,
know,
yeah.
that's the point. And he hates it.
Ooh.
There's no rule about hiding your names and
This-
fucking shit
This
like
is
that.
great. I am so appreciative of this. I will be pen palling meow all the time.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
And this is my daughter Zox.
Hello.
She does not acknowledge your existence, Indra.
Oh.
You were supposed to lose.
I get that a lot.
I'll lean over to drunk Vin and sort of just whisper,
Are we sure we should stay here? It seems like every time we're in a city, it's bound to be attacked.
Oh yeah, for sure, staying here, and it'll just like tumble and collapse wherever I'm
So-
at.
Starfish.
So
Yep.
you kind of like lean backwards, and you kind of on a bench with everybody else at this point. So like, there's enough weight on it at this point, as you're kind of on like the chieftain's bench with the tigers at this point. As you kind of just lean back and just flop off of it, as your feet just hit the bottom of the table. At this point, as you're just laying back.
food everywhere.
Yeah, I'm out.
I'll bring that back up in the morning.
I'm gonna be honest, I could probably move him, but that's a lot of effort I'm not up to at the moment.
Oh, don't worry. He can shrink him.
Do I have any spell slots left? Let me check.
Did you?
Yes,
use all of
I
them?
do have one second level spell slot left. I will reduce him.
I am surprised. You could just short rest and get it back, but still.
Then, yeah, I will. I will
For feasting.
reduce him. And
For the record, next time just leave me where I lie. It's okay.
Oh, no. What would Limelight do without her sleeping buddy?
Right.
Freak out.
Have a
Probably had the best night's sleep of her life.
yeah, have a peaceful night of sleep.
no
Honestly-
snoring giant in there.
You know, at this point, Limelight has probably at least gotten used to Vin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's been
And,
months
and
now.
if I'm correct, Rezo, who writes Limelight again? I forget if it's Indrid or Rezo, or if it's just a
I
switch.
think it's Indrid.
I want to say it's Indrid writes Limelight,
Why not?
but yeah.
Yeah, because yeah.
We don't need to give Limelight any more anxiety. Don't have the wolf right on top.
No,
of
they're turning into Rambo at this point. Just the constant assault is just making them so jaded. We're gonna lose like 5 horses at once. All the other horses are panicking. Limelight's just steady, staring ahead with that 1,000-foot
Steadfast.
stare.
Limelight at this point has a willpower of 40. They'll be reaching a willpower of 45 and then 50. They're going up in the world.
Mm.
But yeah.
I'm enjoying myself here. I think this is great. Does anyone want to do some arm wrestling? I'm down for arm wrestling.
I'll arm wrestle you.
Oh, he's back up.
You kind of like try to get up, but you like you kind of like rock up and down a couple times as you kind of like stuck in an odd position. As eventually you kind of just slide out of the table.
Is he still reduced?
He
Yeah.
is still reduced. Yeah. You'll
beat me without question in
You
arm wrestling.
shrunk, Vin. The alcohol shrunk you.
I might be taller than you now.
You probably are, because
Well-
isn't it? You're reduced to 1/8
If it's half the
1/8
size?
your size.
Oh shit, man! I'm
Well,
like
I think that's the weight.
Yeah, that's the weight.
Is that the weight?
half the weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Half the
Half
size.
the size, eighth the
One-
weight.
Okay.
It also does only work for a minute, so
Okay then.
he will be very normal soon.
It was only enough to drag him away towards the stables, and now as he grew again, he just like stood up and then smashing through the ceiling.
But either way, appreciate having you as guests for a while. It'd be nice to have some more company here. And hell, if you want to go on some hunting trips, that could also be enjoyable.
Ooh, I think it's good too. Yes.
It'd be fun to hunt a wyvern or two with you.
Ooh, I think that's me. I've never seen one, so I would be down for finding one. For the
Violent
first time.
beasts, devastating jaws, devastating claws, and even a more devastating stinger.
Oh, don't worry about that. I can cure any sting.
That's if you survive it.
Oh, I'll survive it.
We usually survive.
I survived lightning from a dragon's breath, so I'll survive it.
That's pretty impressive.
Oh, it's very impressive. Thank you very much.
Not without some help.
Yeah, yes. That you helped me get better faster, but I would have got there on my own.
Not without the luck of the fucking gods on your side. Should have asked Bard to jump in the chat.
Literally.
I'm wyvern.
But yes. Either way. So then. Besides, working towards the south, any other plans you have? Or is that about it at the moment?
Right, mate. What do you know about heaven?
Not really a whole lot. Don't really care much about it. Heard a bit of words. Heard a place where the original gods are from is around the sky.
Oh.
Not a place for us mortals, though. We don't have that luckyhood. Only those lucky enough to ascend. Those of us that don't just continue on our lives in another form.
Right.
Well, is there a certain, I don't know, legend or rumor of where that plane and this one, the veils are maybe a little thinner than other places?
No. Only times that it's mentioned that is actually either seen as an entity from there is coming here, or somebody is going there. It's usually a sign of a large glow around the individual, but those are just tales. And not even real ones like these.
Does he hold up his tail?
He does hold up his tail.
Hey.
Find that offensive, since I have a tail. Right, mate. Thanks.
No worries.
I mean, we're always keen to find the next, newest, latest thing, if there's some tale of some wondrous item.
If you want something like that, then you're going to the place where you're best gonna find something like that. The city of Agaros has plenty of knowledge tucked away inside of it.
And where, pray tell, might this mystical city be?
The magical city you speak of the talkative blue-eyed individuals.
Oh, good for us, mate.
Oh, Vin doesn't have a tail. Oh, yeah, that's everything.
But something a little bit closer to your neighborhood. Have there been any word of the crag that you've noticed? Any movements or what have you?
Yeah, we run into them every so often, but they know to steer clear of us. Especially with this.
As he pulls from his belt a shorter musket.
Hey, it's one of those, thunder sticks.
Yes. A very fine weapon, especially on those wyverns. Not a very good range, honestly, but packs one hell of a kick.
Have you seen the longer version of those?
Yeah, but it's a little bit hefty. Don't care for it. Not one to lug around staffs, kind of like punching things.
I'm surprised you even needed that thing. You got some pretty fiery fists of fury.
It's nice to punch things every so often, but when something's out of the range to punch, you need something to shoot at them with, and this is far better than a bow or crossbow.
Ah, true. And I bet since wyverns like to fly.
But yeah, they have them, we have them. Though, makes sense where they got them from.
Where'd they get them from?
Oh, the Kethnu, the bird people.
Really?
Yes.
They didn't share that with us last time.
They're quite expensive, and they only like trading them to the highest bidder. Hard to make from what I've heard. Even harder to fix. Kind of a secret trade of theirs at the moment.
Perhaps we need to talk to our Little Kithnu friend.
We're not exactly passing that way.
Oh, but I can do it right now. I could travel my words across anything.
I can throw my words to them, and they'll have to take them.
Yeah.
Which Captain New Friend are you thinking of?
Oh, I mean, he assumed the most amazing was the girl in the thread and oh gosh, what was it? The something thread.
It's either the twisted or tangle thread.
Yeah.
It's one or the other.
Yeah, because she seemed more like the merchant, whereas the other one was like, well, technically he's an eccentric inventor, so he might actually make them. Yeah, he might pick him instead. The little
Link.
inventor. Yeah.
Here's the problem. Like a sending spell is the worst thing to send to Link because he uses up in like the 25 words in like the greeting.
Which may be true, but at the same time, God, that he's all about not using magic, so it's like, this is right up his alley.
Who knows? Something for a later date, possibly.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out who I'm going to send it to, because I'm going to send a slurry of stuff. You wait.
When you send that, make sure you type it out and send it to me so I know exactly what I can send back to you.
Okay.
And before
But yes. Oh, you were saying?
Oh, well, before Emil gets too far on, Arlo will kind of lean over to Rezo, who's, I still say is by his side. Rezo, but I didn't want to sound rude to anyone, but the food tastes a little bland to you. Okay, I was just afraid I was coming down with something, like when you get the sniffles in your nose, you can't really taste anything. And you see Arlo's like putting like any sort of spices or hot sauce that there is like on his food. And he's just, there's nothing.
I'll just sort of like take a claw and sort of scoop up some of the spice that he's using and like taste it.
It wasn't that
It was bland, but it wasn't that bland.
Really? Well, there's something. Yeah.
Medicine check, I guess. Yeah, I'm great at those.
You having a stroke, mate?
He was doing, it's not a stick at all.
As far as I can tell, you look healthy.
All right. Maybe it's something just a bit under the weather, and it'll pass.
Is your nose still wet?
Oh, no, it's not. And that's what's rather odd.
Do you smell toast, mate?
I've missed toast. But no,
I can make
smell-
a toast! Bring it to the plate and make toast. Do you want something on it? Jam. Butter.
No, mate.
And Arlo will kind of bring it to him and kind of do a little whiff to. I don't. And takes a bite. I don't taste anything.
Well, there's a texture to it at least, but I mean, it should taste fine.
Well, there's texture, sure, but I don't know.
Oh yeah. Do you need like a little purge?
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
A little purge. I tap him and I do a lesser restoration. And does that help? Do you feel better?
No, I don't think so. It's just.
Okay, your tongue's just going weird then right now.
That's rather sad.
Yes. Maybe your nose is. Can you smell?
Funny
enough,
and again,
the smell quite a bit.
He'll lean forward and like go like to like the pepper or whatever. No, not really. No.
Oh, well, you might have clogged up your nose. Maybe you should blow it out.
And as every old man does, he pulls out a hanky, and he will.
They're like grave dirt in there or something.
Black soot.
No, there's not much to anything at all in there. But he like.
No, that's just weird.
No, I don't.
Dust.
Well, that's what it tastes like. I'm so sorry. I don't want to offend anyone, but it doesn't. It's all fine for all of you.
Yeah. It's the plate of deliciousness. It's delicious.
I mean, I've had better.
No, you have not.
Should we see if there's a cleric here who might be able to help you?
I suppose they've been awful generous to us already. I don't want to impose. Especially if it's just a small sniffle. I'm sure it'll be gone in a day or
Well,
two.
to be fair, mate, like, they made us fight people to eat, so...
That could be a daily thing.
I'm hoping it's just sort of a new people in town have a party sort of thing, but I mean, who knows?
Right, next time, someone's getting lit on fire.
That almost happened in the forest a few days ago.
Yeah, but this time it'll be on purpose, mate.
Well, not it.
Okay then. Are you approaching the chieftain about this?
If Arlo says he's fine and like, he doesn't want to impose, like I might suggest it again at the end of before we leave. Like we're about to leave. This is going to be your only chance for a while. Is your nose better? But
yeah.
Okay then. Well, with that, unless there's anything else you want to do, you guys will begin resting for a undisclosed amount of time for this point. And with that, we will be ending the session right here, since this is a good point to end it. Now then, thank you everybody for watching. I should note though that I will be going on a bit of a hiatus when it comes to the Tuesday slot for the D&D game. So there won't be any more sessions, but hopefully I can come back sooner than later. But
Yep.
It was nice playing with you all tonight. And
Yes.
bye.
Hey.
Good night.
Night.